I tried.
Sucker of turds.
I tried to set you free, actually.
But the signal went up.
No. What happened
all.
is somebody canceled, and then I went,
Right,
"Nah,
and
get Alfredo."
then that was the signal.
I said, cut this guy, I'll give him a break. And then they went, no. And I went, fuck it, call Alfredo.
It was the signal in the same sense that Batman gets dragged out by Gordon and he goes, I don't want to go to work.
Except that Batman's sitting there going, ooh.
No, yeah, I'm going to be honest.
That's
It
true.
wasn't so much as a drag, but...
Well, it wasn't a drag.
I was referring to the Nicole Kidman moment in which he goes, "That's not a toy," and she goes, "But I want to fuck. Come on, like."
She doesn't
signal's
say
up.
that.
But she
But
implied
the
it.
impl- yeah,
It
the
thank you.
The implication?
Thank you.
Welcome to Off Topic.
Hello.
I'm your host, Mikey J. Maybe you saw me on the talks.
Dude, I saw you
We just
talking.
went live.
Chicken.
We got Lindsay,
Hello.
Trevor, Alfredo, and Dead Space.
Red Web and the
If
Joneses.
you didn't know, I mean, you should know by now if you follow us in the social.
No, guilt him.
Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central Time, Michael, myself will be joined by, obviously, fellow achievement hunters. We will be playing the Dead Space remake from start to finish, which is probably going to be 12 to 14 hours.
I mean, depending on how you play.
Well, hold on now. I got you to guide me.
It's true, but I
Keep me
never
from just popping off.
I never played it before, though. It's a new game.
Well, here's the thing. If I didn't have you
Actually, I
there,
have played a little bit.
I would hear something in the dark and then just unload.
Right. That is going to happen, I imagine. I seen you play games like this, and you do be blasting.
You're a blaster.
You do be blasting.
I would be blasted.
Think of it this way, though. If you go blasting off into the dark corners of the alleys, your accuracy...
alleys of the USG.
The alleys of the USG, whatever, your accuracy is going to go down, and I will...
Here's the thing.
Be counting.
Lose some respect.
I'm going to count every bullet.
I'm going to implement what
I'm gonna
most people
implicate.
don't implement into Dead Space, gun kata.
Right.
If I'm blasting every
Most
direction...
people do not
Wait a
implement
minute.
that.
Are you talking about gun
Gun
fu?
fodder?
The,
Second,
the
okay.
That's right there, what
necromorphs
he's doing.
can't get me, right? Boom, boom, boom. And then a lot of this.
That's how you say bullets.
I've seen that. Now, are there babies for kicking?
Big time.
Oh,
yeah.
Big
As a
time.
mom, I love that.
Big
Let's-
time
oh,
babies.
let's-
Oh, they're going to
That's
get
so dark.
kicked.
That's so dark.
As a mom, hold on.
Sorry, hang
the
on.
camera wasn't on them, but
They're
you were
gonna
so
have-
lit up. You were so bright. You're like,
Yeah.
as a mom, I love it. But tell me how you kick those babies.
Well, you know what they used to call Dead Space? The Briss Simulator. Because you just go, psh, 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 you just go
Briss sim-
cutting off the tentacles on the babies.
do.
That's how they used to train rabbis. They'd have them play Dead Space.
Yeah.
But tomorrow,
Slicing meat.
no death run.
Muzzle tough.
What?
100%. What? What do you mean?
not true.
What? What do you mean? It's not. If we tell them that, then they...
Oh, okay.
Maybe they believe
All right. He's saying he won't die. Well, probably playing on easy, though. Story mode, I think it's called.
Is it?
Yeah,
That's-
it's- the
I
details
like that
say...
they change it to story, because that, instead of like, I'm playing
Right,
easy, like,
right.
No, I'm experiencing
Yeah,
this
no, I think story's below easy.
No.
You know what I mean?
Is it?
In some games. I'm making this up. I don't know.
The details say,
I'm just
I
saying.
just want to kick it and have
I
a good
think
story.
I think normal's good. What I do know is Alfredo's gonna be playing Dead Space.
Yeah.
He's gonna be controlling Isaac Clarke, and Dead Space was nice enough to send me this little press kit earlier this week, and I can show it off today. And there's just like a couple cool things in here. But what was nice is they sent a little heart rate monitor, and I guess they worked with some specific app to make like there's some sort of stream integration for like monitoring.
So
the
you can
heart
get
rate.
your heart on the gameplay. That's a good idea.
Well, you know, if he's getting scared, people are gonna know.
here's
So
the
we're
thing.
gonna try to implement that.
Right. You're going to
get-
try.
I already threw it to Jeremy.
Can we get
and I
a,
said run with
You're
it.
going to try, and Trevor, back me up.
Sure.
Be the audio cue here.
Yeah,
You're gonna,
yeah.
Audience are going to realize that Alfredo's got nothing but ice in his veins.
Oh, okay.
Give me- there it is.
You
There it
should
is.
see a doctor about that. You're dead.
He knew.
I heard the
Oh,
call.
shit, Trevor, wait, what?
And I
then went,
return.
there you go.
Hey, just so you know, hashtag sponsored by EA or hashtag ad or something else.
Okay.
Just saying, like, you know.
Hashtag something else.
Okay.
They sent me this for free.
First unboxing.
As you dig
Oh,
into
here's some
that-
cool pins.
Can I be the press?
There's some cool pins.
representative?
Yeah, you
First
can.
question? Yeah,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead to the rep.
He's just, what's up?
There's a first question. Address, please.
Oh,
What?
yes.
What?
Oh,
I'm asking for
sorry.
the question.
Thank you for mediating, Lindsay. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm doing a great job. Go ahead.
Listen, I was a confused audience. Listen.
They're big. They're big pins.
You can put your heart rate on the screen, but I'm curious if there's any sort of moist kind of meter.
Moist meter?
We'll have to
Right,
track
so,
that
like,
in
so
the
if you
room,
get
I think.
scared
Yeah.
and you have
Well, they have that. They invent that for kids, like potty training.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you clip it on your underwear.
So we're
and
good
so
to go.
if you start
The idea is
pissing, it goes beep, 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 beep. It's supposed to wake them
what
up.
I should do is put the
No, I have
formal
one.
request in now, so
I'm
in a
learning.
year from now, Dead Space can send it to us.
All right.
Sarah made this happen.
Let me just.
you got a bomber jacket?
Let me just say.
Bro.
Let me just say. I like how you immediately said bomber jacket. Jack was calling this a poncho.
What?
And I don't know why.
absolutely a
Unless he also got a poncho, I'm confused. Maybe he also got a poncho because I can't. He did say like in the small box.
Did he not unfold it? Maybe.
Maybe we need to add.
material could
Maybe
be-
I've misled myself and he got another package. But if this man was calling this a poncho, I'm confused.
Hold it more
is
to
not
the.
a
There we go.
I mean, it's
Hold
jacket.
it up. See what we got. It,
It
does
is a bomber
look
jacket.
exactly like a
A
bomber.
poncho.
No, it is. No, I'm
bomber jacket.
guys. It's not for debate. It says bomber jacket.
Oh, got it.
good.
Got
Okay,
it.
thank
I'm
God.
just saying.
It's like-
it's not.
If Tim Geddes would wear it,
But it just dawned on me. Maybe he got another one. Hopefully.
sure.
Because
Maybe
otherwise.
if you dig down.
No. I'm just saying maybe there was like another box because I'd be concerned.
Got it.
If he's been going his whole life calling these ponchos.
For anyone
I
who's
would
not
love it.
familiar with the poncho, can we elaborate real quick? Because like,
Who
Denise
isn't
Martin-
familiar with a poncho
listen,
besides
just
Jack?
General
You-
audience, the internet.
Let's
granted.
define like a poncho as
Right.
you know that.
I'm throwing him a bone here.
Yeah,
Let's say
yeah,
okay.
a poncho, per Dimitri Martin's description, because he is the expert on ponchos. It's a blanket with a hole cut out of it. That's it.
Honestly, it kind of is.
Oh, this hat-
I love Dimitri
this-
Martin because he draws as he does comedy.
This is a Jack hat.
And I like the visual aid.
I do too.
I'm a
Yeah.
visual learner.
That's a
I
Jack
agree.
hat if I've ever seen.
Bomber extraordinaire over here.
And then-
Sleeves?
and then I can stay hydrated while I watch you sweat.
Ooh, it's a new era cap.
Replenish that sweat.
Damn.
Oh, maybe he's gonna wear the hat.
Wait, what we got? What are you
Catch
talking
the
about?
sweat.
What do you-
Put on that lid. Put on that lid.
Put your lid on.
Put on that lid. Let's see.
Screw it on tight.
Let's see it. Yeah, come on.
You know what we should do?
Let's
we
see
should
that
sell-
lid. Yeah. Okay. Damn. What?
Oh, hold on. No.
Oh,
Shimona.
shit.
Can I just say this, Lindsay? Shimona.
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 So thanks, Dead Space. That was cool.
Shimona.
I'm so excited to play this game, or not watch you play it, then play it after you. So the other thing was they also sent me the game. I've had it for like a week, and I haven't touched it. It's been killing me.
But I'm gonna touch it
But
first.
here's what I did with
Did
it.
you just look at the menu?
I
and go,
pre-installed it. I set the display settings, and I had him log his account in so he can play it tomorrow. I went. We'll see you in a week.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. Michael picked me up from the airport for my trip, which we'll get to. But to talk about how much he loves and is excited for the stream, he was like, I got my copy of Dead Space. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Like, congrats, that's great. I got back from my trip, and I was like, you got a great thing happening to you? He goes, I can't open it, though. So, like, the whole ride back.
I mean, it's digital.
He mostly
There's nothing
talked about how he was very excited to play, but he couldn't play. And I was like, I'm really happy to be here and home, but I'm sorry about your Dead Space. Let's talk about
Terrible news! Terrible news!
I'm only just on terrible news.
I was like, oh, no.
What a
You get to watch me play.
what a slap in my own face.
Sorry. Sorry, baby. Goodness. It'll be okay.
I real wanted to play it, but I went, nah. There could be some good juice in there that I want to see with Alfredo. You know what I mean?
Don't squeeze too early.
Juice.
Don't do that.
It could be like some juice in like a or something.
Like a no death.
No, that's not gonna be in like a.
Ooh, I hear that juice.
In like instead of me playing it going, oh, Alfredo's definitely gonna die at this part, like when Joe plays Dark Souls.
Right.
I will be as surprised as you when you die, and so I decided I can wait a couple more days for that.
Okay.
So,
Interesting.
hang on.
Ding.
Oh.
Yeah.
That signified
Yep, you're dead. That was your first death. First death.
The-
10 a.m. tomorrow, which
Yes.
again is what? 17 hours from now.
Oh, good math. Very
Took me
quick.
way too.
Very
It was
lovely.
not quick.
It was 7.
All the
I
bugs
didn't
was
get it
me
off.
thinking.
I think it's 19.
No, see, it was bad math.
Just shy of 19. It's 16 and then 43.
Trevor, that was me doing military time the whole time
it
I was
is
traveling. I was like,
Which is
wait.
funny because I did the first math right. I got the 5 and then somehow fucked that up. I fucked up 24 minus 5.
Happens,
That was
man.
the easy part.
Hold on now. That's the mathematical blind spot. You know, that little window
well,
of numbers.
I need.
I think I have that.
I need the
That's
sensor
yes, yes.
That's
You're
what we
colorblind,
got.
I need
I'm
the
not
evil
blind, yeah.
on the car.
I don't see numbers.
Because then you just know the numbers are there, even if you can't see them.
Right.
You feel them.
Damn, they like kidded you guys out.
You're kidding
Yeah.
for sure. Have you played Dead Space?
I feel bad at how little I actually helped the team.
Yeah.
I asked the question, I said, are you excited? Because you were part of this, the
You're
planning
excited
process.
about
Okay, this
Yeah.
did happen.
I was excited for Michael. I was like, that's awesome. And he was like, I didn't do anything. Like, I wasn't a part of this. I'm like, nah, I
Lindsay
just
was
thought
like, "Are you
fun."
excited to have helped?" And I went, "Nah, I wish I actually did something."
Right.
well, most of the meetings took place during off-topic.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there were so many people, right?
Do you want to
But they
elaborate
would-
on what these meetings were?
I mentioned it before, but there
okay.
were creator council meetings where,
Gotcha.
where Dead Space just like reached out, or the people making Dead Space reached out to people in like in like online industry, like streamers or like journalists or
People who will play
people
across the
who are like fans of like horror video like games and genres and stuff, and just kind of said like, hey, we want to make this game, we want to make it good, you know, help us make it good. We'll like, you know, we want your ideas and your feedback and shit like that. And so Jackie and Jack ended up getting invited, and then like early on, and then before it was fully, I guess, like kicked off. They were still inviting more people in like multiple waves, and so then Jackie like recommended me to get an invitation. I had like a pseudo like interview basically, where because it was just levels of like
They
NDA.
were just like, here's a picture of the monster. What's it called?
No,
El Gigante.
What was the name of this ship?
it was more well, not even because it couldn't even they couldn't even say that it was Dead Space because it was an NDA. It was just like
Did it
it
have
was
a
just
project
like
name?
I
Or
think
can
it
you
did.
not say
Oh,
what
I
it
think it did. Trevor, I probably don't care or remember.
I still remember
It
the
was-
GameCube when it was Project Dolphin.
It was more like, and don't get me wrong, it's super cool and exciting, but like Jackie was extra excited about it, who doesn't do this as like a living, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like being a
yeah,
nurse,
yeah.
so it's like an extra level, like, oh, it's so cool. And she's like, I got you into it, and I just went, yeah, okay, sure. And then so then I got like an interview, and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty cool, and I just like talked about Dead Space, and I guess I liked the game enough where like, this guy's in.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Where it's just me being like, let me tell you what I like about, or not even just Dead Space, it's about like, it was just like,
Horror action.
horror action, whatever,
And then
dancing
all-
around this and that, whatever.
Right, and then eventually it kind of leads you to.
But
like,
anyway,
old Dead Space.
it was very cool. It was very like, you know, everybody's invited to come to as many meetings as possible. And if you can't make it, there's like recordings. We got to fly out to, what the hell was it? SF?
SF,
Yeah, it was in
yeah.
FF. Yeah, we got to have that fly out to SF. And
area.
that's when you and
I barely
Lindsay
remember
like
it.
We
came
tagged along.
Like Jackie and I went. Yeah, that's when Jackie and I
was
went
nice.
for
Dude,
that.
It
and
was
you guys tagged
a
along.
trip.
So
Is that-
So we've just got to do a bunch of shit like that. I just wish I got to actually help out and contribute more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool too because I like just being in the industry for so long, you know, like just worlds colliding was really, really cool. Because,
Yeah.
you know, I know Jackie was working on this, you know, Michael, not really working on it, but he was.
No, not really.
Did you raise your hand?
But
once?
like, you know, I remember there's Jackie was like, oh yeah, like, you know, I kept mentioning my partner, and then one of the people that was on the team was just like, oh, who's your partner? And they're like, oh, my partner's Alfredo Plays, and then they were just like, oh, I know that guy, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, some of the devs like had to watch my content at some point in time, and then
Yeah, I know.
and then when we went and we like met up, and she was like, oh, this is the guy, and I turned around, I was like, oh my God, you son of a bitch. It's someone that I've known in the industry.
Tapped him up and you're like,
From like,
you
from
son of a
like 10
bitch.
years. He was like, you're the fucking guy. He was like, yeah, I'm the fucking guy. I'm
You're
like,
Mr. Play.
I'm like,
You're Alfredo Diaz?
I was like, dude, what have you been up to? Where have you been? And it's just like, someone that I have known and worked with, because they, you know, they work at EA, and I've gone with like IGN for like early stuff for like Battlefield and all that kind of stuff. Like I've gone and like met him, and he's kind of like the mediator, is now working at Dead Space, and knows Jackie, and it's just like the worlds colliding from like different timelines and stuff. Yeah, it was a good time.
It's amazing how quickly the world collapses when, like, I mean, there's the game 7 Degrees from Kevin Bacon, right? Where you can invariably make your way to Kevin Bacon is always the meme.
I always found it was easier just to go right to
Just go right
straight
to
line.
1 degree.
0
Hello, Mr.
degrees to
Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
You just
put your hand out and you
Bacon.
walk until you shake his hand. I'm not stopping
Bacon.
until my hand touches bacon.
What I'm saying is, it's pretty wild how like interconnected everybody ends up being, and so especially in one industry, when you like end up kind of chatting around, you realize, oh, I know, oh, we all know each other in some way.
Especially like California is its own, I think, like ecosystem. Like the San Fran area, especially, is its own ecosystem, and then the gaming entity is like, I mean,
Lots of like
Greg is
game
everywhere.
news journalism resides in the Bay Area. 'Cause there's a lot of dev studios, and then obviously you had companies like GameSpot and IGN that like made their home there too as well. So yeah, it was a good time. I remember I remember because he was telling me about like he was telling Jackie like some of the stories, but when we used to like do these events, and obviously they brought me out for all the shooters, they're essentially like two groups. They would have the content creator group, and then they would have like the game journalist group. And he would have to put me in a different group because I kept going in for these different EA shooters, and he was like, all right, look, I gotta move you to the content creation group because you're just like
You're rinsing our journalists.
rinsing the journalists,
I mean,
but
come on.
also creates like
New York
bad-
Times is here,
but
sir.
like
You
it creates bad footage for them, and I was like, yeah, but it makes great footage for IGN.
That's true. Competitive journalism
I was
at
like,
its
that's
best.
great footage for
Hey,
IGN.
the
but
Washington
it's like,
Post rep
I
is crying.
gotta
but keep
move
it
you to
going.
the other group.
I love the tears. I love the
Yeah,
tears.
Reuters is crying right
He was
now.
like,
They deserve it.
He's like, your sweat level is high. I gotta move you adjacent.
Sweat level is gonna be high tomorrow.
No.
Oh,
Sweat level
dude,
midnight.
Dude,
Nice.
get this. To make
Nice.
sure you're cool, calm, collected, you know what I
Right.
popped off today just in time
Popped
to get
off?
a same
Pop it
day
off, Michael.
delivery?
I know what he popped off. Oh my goodness.
I got
Same day.
got
Not the top
2 dozen
Eggs.
blue Red Bulls.
Ooh.
They're the good ones.
Is that what you had yesterday? You had a little fancy, tall,
Oh,
skinny
that was
can.
Is the blue
tall
one?
can too.
Yeah, is it
yeah,
blueberry?
I think.
Well, these are the short cans. The tall cans would have been tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 12-ounce cans, and I didn't want to risk it.
There's ants in there? 12 ants in that
12-ounce
can?
cans. 12-ounce cans.
12
Oh, they
12-ounce cans would have been
12 ants
tomorrow.
can't.
Yeah.
But the 8-ounce
habit you
could
had.
be today.
Eight
So they're
point
8.
four.
But
8.4.
only 24 of them. I think they'll be enough for us.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
Sweet.
gonna chuck them in the fridge.
chuck those down.
Cammy Cam was telling me the
But what about
setup.
Sleepy Couch Time, the podcast with one man, Alfredo?
I'll get to that in a second. So someone asked in the chat,
Yeah.
will the stream be uploaded? It will. We're looking to target Monday. The reason why it won't be immediate is because YouTube has like a kind of like a stream cap limit of 12 hours. So once we hit the 12-hour mark, which we will hit, we're gonna have to shut off the stream for a second
Yeah.
and then bring it
We're
back
gonna
up
blip it.
immediately.
Right.
And then obviously we're gonna piece it together.
Probably at like
in a
the
nice little
11
piecemeal.
hour and 50
Yeah.
minute mark.
We're just like, hey, we're gonna go down for a second,
Yeah,
come
yeah,
back
yeah.
up.
12:01.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we missed it.
And then,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
the plan is
Y2K
to
for
piece
YouTube.
that together for you guys
Right.
and get that to you guys
Also,
on Monday.
also, it's the weekend. We're not making people work over the weekend
Right.
as much as we can help it.
I'm making him work.
You kind of are doing that to one another,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's like a YouTube thing. Unfortunately, is like if you go way back, Jeremy did a Spyro stream after Extra Life, and like it was 14, 16 hours, and the front part was removed, and then I think Callisto we
lost
once
the back part.
We lost the back part.
Yeah.
So that's the current way YouTube does it. Is like, okay, we'll just at least have the front 12.
Yep.
So now we're gonna be like, all right, let's just blip it on and off, and then we'll have both.
Piece it together. it'll be
And then
nice.
everyone at that blip will freak out that it.
You gotta be there for the blip. You don't want to miss it. It's gonna be exciting.
Unless under 12-hour run.
Whoa! I can't believe you announced it here today. You made a promise to
Then-
all of us.
That's a commitment,
best.
Michael.
What's the punishment?
Written
Well, the
agreement.
devs, first off, says impossible. I say otherwise.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That you cannot
Less
beat
than
the
12
game.
hours?
You
They
challenged
said
him.
that?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Just the devs?
Just the devs.
Damn, I was talking to them. Who? The devs.
The devs.
They all were
At 11 hours,
Yeah, yeah.
if you approach the end scene, there's actually a dev walks into the game and just goes, wait a minute.
Yeah.
He gives you a 1 hour Oculus package. And he goes, you're clear for your message. You may on board.
That's funny. Oh, you unlocked the
You
secret
just get a
ending.
phone call. You
Wow.
This game in under 12 hours.
Roman.
No, just curious. Do you know about any achievements in the game? Like
yeah.
any achievements that you're gunning for? Not to talk about.
Yeah,
but
we're going to get all
Oh, this man is gunning for all the achievements, which is also
no
why
problem.
he made me sign in under my account, because he went, I want to get my
You're
own
not gonna. He's
achievements.
like,
Right,
you don't ruin. You don't.
like,
Well, here's the beauty of it. Here's the
fuck
beauty of
with
it already,
mine.
right? They gave me a code.
Right.
They asked what I'd like the code for, and I said PS5 because that was pretty solid for Callisto, right? And because that was like a pivot because it was like the PC launch was wonky on Callisto, and so we're like, oh, PS5, and it worked great, thankfully. Now this is more of the now we're in temp space, like borrowing of computer territory, and I'm
Right.
like, let's just get the PS5. You know what I
Let's
mean?
just make
instead of
sure we-
gambling
yeah.
at what computer we
Can the
we end
computer
up with
run it
after the Great Flood.
I mean, look, the specs are so kind of shoddy with the.
So
the
it's just
computer
kind of easier. I'm like PS5. It's like great. PS5's great. I have one of I have one at home, and then
Right.
at work we have one of the other 500 PS5s
In the
And so-
world.
In the world, and
Yes.
so we might as well use it. So they gave me a PS5 code, and so yeah, I put it on there, and then I made it my home PS5 because then you can share games.
I like that
so then
feature.
you can play it.
I love that.
So then
That's smart people
love
stuff
I
right there.
put him on it, and I was like, "Yeah, so you can get your own, you know, like also, but more so, don't touch mine."
Right,
Then the
right.
beauty
Don't
of it
soil
is, I
mine.
guarantee you, I'll get all the trophies, and then I'm gonna buy it on PC and get them again. I'm gonna
You're
roll
sick.
around in them.
You're sick, Mike.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you're
then,
one of those sick ones.
well, here's the thing though. PC, when I get home, it's
Maybe
gonna
it's
be
the
like
first step.
maximum everything.
Right.
It's
You're gonna crank that.
It's
baby
gonna.
up,
It's gonna.
frame
It'll be
rate's
like
gonna be
stand
high.
back, little PS5.
Right.
Let me at him.
Have you
We're
seen?
going to overdrive.
Dude, there's a guy. You would love this channel. I got to show you this guy's channel. I
let's see.
don't remember off the top of my head.
Let's see.
the name of this channel, and I'll look it up so I can give them a shout out. But they actually just thinking of a PS5. You know how they always kind of come out with a slim version of just about anything? Well, this guy does like a bunch of DIY projects, like making super like awesome 4K smart projectors on like a budget, and it looks phenomenal. Well, in this case, he made like a gold-plated slim PS5 that was like half an inch thick, and it was like, it looks so cool. But I don't know, I just wanted to say that.
I love stuff like that. Yeah.
They like took the whole thing apart, took all the guts, looked at it, and then like piled it down.
Like the overhead shot? It's just the hands coming in, like, "Hey guys," and there's text on the bottom of the screen, like, "I found this old at N64 and I want to revamp it."
No, I have seen channels like that. I do like that because there's something therapeutic to just silently seeing someone toil away. But it's kind of it does that and then cuts to the like a camera looking at them and then cuts back down to that.
Did you guys see this floated around like last week or the week before, where someone had it's essentially a giant TV on the wall, and on the sides are just Switch controllers, like the Joy-Cons. But the Joy-Cons, like it's on, like motorized, so the Joy-Cons like pull out and expand, and when it expands, it reveals like just a whole kind of organized rack system that has the Nintendo consoles, as the GameCube, all the different controllers, extension cords, all that kind of stuff. It's like all like there that expands out.
That's awesome.
And I was like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, all the classic consoles too. Like it showed him playing the original Mario Kart too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's awesome.
And I think it extended out of the bottom too. But it was just like literally just like any Nintendo thing just came out of the damn like wall, but from like behind a TV, I'm assuming.
That was a great setup.
But it just looked like a giant Switch console on the wall.
It was awesome. I also like that. Like I think I appreciated that. Like I've seen stuff like that in like like the Logan Paul house or something. It's like these people are loaded. Of course they have something like this. It's like this is someone's apartment. They just took the time to make it. It took like a couple years for them to get it together.
Yeah, it wasn't even like a mansion or anything. It was just like this is some dude's apartment. He's like, yeah, this is gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
like, cool.
There's like a TikTok girl who's like kind of in the college age range or whatever, and she like she just recently bought a home, so she restarted all of her DIY projects. She's got a super artistic mind to her, has a really unique art style, but like I love how her whole project is like she's making content out of just making her home super unique, and like I love how attainable people like DIYers make these things, because I just popped down to Lowe's or Home Depot, got this wood, cut it all out, and then like paint it and then nailed it up, and you're like, oh, that's so when you see a finished product, it looks kind of daunting to be like, how do you get there? Because you look at a home and you're like, whoa. But then when you see like how the sausage is made, you're kind of like, oh, I can make sausage. I can put some meat
so
in
much of it is
sleeve.
like set design. Am I wrong? It's like if it
Yeah,
looks
kind
nice,
of.
I mean, don't worry about like water damage or anything. If you don't have a practical use for that room, like I'm kind of dealing with that with the kids right now.
Holy shit!
Yeah, like
Kids have water damage?
so
Yes.
tiny.
Sorry, Michael.
What are you talking about?
So that's a what console?
This is a PS5, and he actually runs it, and he shows like temperatures of it all, like he shows all the specs.
I would
this
say
guy's DIY
That's really
perks.
cool.
Is
It
his
looks
channel.
like a very large like
CD case.
weight scale.
it does
I don't know
actually.
if
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
kinda-
Like,
it's hard to have scale, but it's like
yeah. I mean, you could see it. That thing is awesome.
It's tiny.
You know what I've
It's really
seen
cool.
too that people do, and God, man, people. I've been on this like kick of just watching.
What else am I gonna
Office tour videos? What happened? Oh, what else are you gonna buy?
I
Damn
thought you were
you!
going to tell me something really cool.
taking-
Damn you!
We're taking
Okay,
notes.
a dry
but,
office.
but the people that like have their like PCs kind of like mounted up to the wall with like the clear screen, like it's just
Is it like where the guts are sprawled out?
yeah, the guts
So
are
instead
kind of
of-
like sprawled out and everything like that, and just like glass in front of it, and I'm just like, oh, the piece is just like boom,
Oh,
right
that's
up there.
funny. So it's like spread out, like wall art.
Yeah, and it's just like
connected.
Does the
But it's-
coolant
yeah,
kind
but
of
it's-
pipe to it all?
yeah, I mean they just pipe everything.
That's pretty cool when
that
it's
is
like,
cool.
hey, I
Like-
traded my tower in for a frame.
Right, and it just looks
gonna
like
hang
it just
the
looks,
PC.
like you hung up a bunch of computer
That's
parts, but it's
wild.
functional. It's
crazy.
And I was like, that's cool. But then I was like, how difficult would that be to swap out pieces?
Well, I don't know.
Yep, a bunch of tiny little doors. Go.
PC
Well, I mean, you just have like a picture frame. You just,
You just-
push the hooks on the back.
Yeah,
pull
and
out a
then
piece of
just-
cardboard.
Fair,
Yeah.
Flipped up.
You start the whole thing
But
over.
I was
Sorry,
like,
well,
that'd be
that's
pretty.
so sore.
That'd be pretty sick.
You never upgrade.
Have you seen?
You do what I do.
Right. This is like this
Sorry,
is pretty cool.
Lindsay.
It's
No,
like
you're
it
good.
runs Windows XP.
Dude, I'll take
Windows
Windows
10,
XP over
please.
11.
Yeah.
We'll back up. It's fine. Have you seen the bodies exhibit? Random. This will
Yes.
apply. Okay.
No.
It sounds like that for computers. So bodies is a whole thing that I went to, and there was like a Dallas traveling tour they had where they take real people who have donated their bodies to science, and they'll show you decomposition processes, and then they'll like sprawl out the bodies so you can see a lot of like the intravenous system, your digestive system, and things like that. It sounds like that is what's happening with your computer on the wall. Like that's pretty cool.
Except it wasn't a living person.
Not yet.
That's the only.
They're all living in incredible pain. But you're right. They would have literally like a full stood up person, and they would remove everything about their body except for, in this
interesting,
case,
yeah.
it's their whole vein structure. It's just all their arteries and veins.
They're still like moving.
And then it's like this person is just the central nervous system.
But they're all like gooed up so they don't rot.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
So I'm
Yes.
assuming, yeah,
They're not just like veins dangling in the air.
doused there
but
and
it's like
injected
in
with
the
chemicals,
shape of
so
a
it doesn't
person.
just, you know.
Yeah.
You could see all of it. It's wild. There was,
That's
one of
neat.
them was definitely like, I don't know if it was epoxy, but
That's crazy.
it was definitely like sealed in because it was like a body. But if it was a 6'2" person like you or me, it was sprawled out over 15 feet because it was like slices of people and then spread out. So you could like look into like a chest sliver or a brain sliver.
You know, like
or
a cartoon where someone falls apart. It was like
Yes.
that, but real life. It was so
in,
weird. a chop
Endgame when like the Guardians kind of, or one of them fell into chunks, right? It's like just like that.
A little bit like that.
Yeah.
And I also like, you talked about the slicing, and I totally forgot. They have that, and like this seems dark, but for science, it makes sense, especially now I
They
appreciate
had lights.
it.
They had good lights.
It was pretty well lit. Yeah, it was bright. They had development or different phases of pregnancy. So there were different like phases of like fetal growth. And I'm
Wow.
like, okay, again, kind of weird to look at, but like fascinating from a scientific
Yeah.
perspective.
Right.
Well, to
Like,
see-
That's where I go, cool, kind of gross.
right.
Kind of growth. You're like, oh, look at that little soybean boy. Little soybean boy.
What's even crazier is I saw there was an article. Listen up,
This guy's
man.
ready to gamble.
There was a girl who said she went to one of those exhibits and she goes to see her father because her father donated himself to the exhit, and that's how she. Like, and I was like, whoa.
Hey, hey, my dad works here.
That's my dad.
Oh, where is he? Which department?
Well, you know how they have each of the organs? What if
What
it
the
was
shit?
just
That's.
Family
what if
discount.
it was just a hog on
I mean,
a
I
log?
better get a family discount.
How else do you pay your respects though?
Like,
There's
my
no
dad's in
graveyard.
pieces
about
on
over
display. Like,
Talking about her dad's.
My
hog?
dad's traveled the world post-mortem.
Yeah.
He's in China right now. That's awesome.
heard
What's he
that.
doing? Modeling in a way.
yeah.
He's a model. He's a post-mortem model.
Oh my god.
I want to be a
Dad,
post-mortem model.
please.
So, you know, they've got guts and stuff all around.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they've got like, well, this was interesting
Their
because
guts.
they have like a liver here and like they have all the organs spread out. And like, personal story, like my mom at one point had like an enormous cyst on her liver that burst. It was very dire. But that's how I learned, because I was quite young when that happened. Like I saw the whole liver and my dad was like, yeah, that's what happened. That's how much they had to surgically remove. And it's also like a wild organ because the liver is one of the few things that actually grows back. You can donate actually your liver to people. But like, it was so cool to actually see what the organs look like, because as a kid, I don't know how old you were when you went, but like, it's so fascinating.
I was high school at that point, but you're it's still.
Because you go, oh, I got a heart, I got
Right,
lungs,
yeah.
whatever those
There's some shit
look
in here,
like. But
literally. Yeah.
there's some shit.
Yep.
It was a really cool exhibit, and I'm glad it's like able to be traveled because it seems like it would be pretty delicate.
Back that shit up.
Yeah, yes.
Like, back them up, roll them up.
Bring out the dad.
It's like a fucking fruit roll up.
In comparison to like,
It's just out here.
right. I was watching Bill Nye with the kids.
Hog,
That's what we had.
Don't
That's
be
it.
the guy that fucking drops it.
Don't.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine the guy flooding that office.
Well, okay, listen. Again,
They were hard floors.
little morbid,
Glass
but
enclosures.
important for science. There was a guy who drowned, and they're like, "This is what you look like when you drown." You go, "Oh, interesting."
What?
Yeah, they had
I
like
don't
different
remember that
ways of
one.
people dying. Yeah, and it was
That's really
There's a guy who like,
cool, actually.
yeah,
Did they
it was
have
interesting.
someone exploding?
So they were all
Yeah,
over
he
the,
was
they were
an
all over the
explosion.
museum, dude. every
He's
corner of
frozen.
the exhibit. Oh
They
no,
just put up a
dark.
sheet of glass
God.
when they popped it just up against the glass and that's the display.
Lord.
Yep.
It's called the Dexter display. Yeah.
Off Topic is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. When you're at your best, you ever feel like you can absolutely tackle the world? Like no conflict is too big, all the small problems are manageable, you're sailing. But the flip side of that, when you're not at your best, can feel pretty overwhelming. That's where working with a therapist can help. It can get you closer to the best version of you so you're ready to tackle everything that life throws at you. And if you're thinking of trying out therapy, BetterHelp is a fantastic option. First, It's 100% online, so it's convenient. No wrestling with traffic or parking to get an appointment on time. Plus, BetterHelp is affordable and flexible. All you have to do is fill out a quick questionnaire, and BetterHelp matches you with a licensed therapist. And if it's not a fit for you, you can switch therapists at any time with no additional charge. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/offtopic today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/offtopic. This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Shady Rays. The new year is the time for new gear, particularly when it's gear that's built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered. Premium, polarized sunglasses, customizable snow goggles, and even more. So whether you're in the sun or in the slopes, you're good to go. Shady Rays is an independent company that offers a durable, world-class product that's just as good as any expensive pair of sunglasses that is out there. Plus, they have an amazing protection plan. Shady Rays backs every pair of sunglasses with lost and broken replacements. So if you lose or break yours, even if it's the first day you bought them, they'll send you a new pair, no questions asked, which I should really look into because I lost mine and then I borrowed Nick's and then I lost his, but then I found mine again. So I think Nick should really investigate that lost protection plan because he's out a pair of sunglasses and there's nothing I can do about him, okay? And if you don't absolutely love your pair, you can also exchange them for a new pair or return them free within 30 days. So you can wear your Shady Rays with confidence knowing they got your back, okay? Ever since I got LASIK, I don't need to wear my regular glasses. So I like to make sure that my peepers are protected from the frying suns. You know, I can't shave these eyeballs down anymore. There's only so much ball left for them to laser off, okay? I need to protect them now. And thankfully, I have Shady Rays. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the new year. Go to shadyrays.com and use code OFFTOPIC for 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try the shades, rated 5 stars by over 200,000 people for yourself. Again, that's shadyrays.com and use code OFFTOPIC. I'll see you in the shade.
So,
There's a lot of plastic in that.
I saw what I believe to be one
An
of
alien.
the worst movies I've seen.
You started talking about it, and I just started laughing because I saw the trailer.
So
Oh, the movie.
it was a couple days ago. Jackie and I had a free afternoon, and they were like, "Oh, let's go watch a movie. Let's go watch Puss in Boots because we hear it's amazing. It's great."
It is.
That was what we were supposed to see, by the
10 out
way.
of 10, amazing
That's what
movie.
we were supposed to see.
glad
How
you
did you
saw it.
alley-oop yourself?
Well, it wasn't available during the times that we were free to go. So then Jackie was like, "All right, what movies are available?" And she's like, "Okay, I picked out, there's this new horror movie." And I was like, "Cool, what's it about?" And she's like, "Let's just go in blind," right? And our bar for movies is so low, it's 6 feet under. She's like, "Don't watch the trailer, let's just go in. I've heard good things about this movie." We sit down, movie theater's packed. We start watching the movie, and the movie it's a horror movie. And for the first 10 or 15 minutes, it was just, it had a very static film grain overlay throughout the whole entire film. 80 minutes long, okay?
Short.
First
Ish.
10, 15 minutes.
Short enough.
All the shots are just like looking down the carpet at the corner of the ceiling, maybe at a door frame, and it's just
Right, because the doors are gone.
right eerie sounds,
Yeah.
and you hear muffled noises sometimes. And I went, okay, all right. The first 10 minutes, we're setting up the scene.
Okay.
30 minutes pass by, and I'm like, am I going to actually get a
It's
shot
a slow build.
get a shot of a person? And then very quickly I realized
Not that
that's
quickly.
the entire film.
Yeah,
Okay.
after 80 minutes, you realize.
It is an experimental film.
And they go, gotcha.
and it's actually reviewed quite well. Like
It's reviewed very well.
Yes.
70% Rotten
I mean,
Tomatoes.
very well for that.
Right. But it's an experimental film, like $10,000, $15,000 was the budget. But that was the movie.
It's like-
literally like those were the shots.
Should
of the
watch the
movie.
trailer.
And,
Yeah,
and then like I was like,
Exactly.
should have
Right.
seen the goddamn trailer. because I'm sorry.
Yeah,
some people
were you scared though?
So-
That's what they're saying.
Fuck no, I was bored out of my goddamn mind.
He's afraid he couldn't
when
get his
you
money
show
back.
me
Yeah.
fucking Legos and the shot is just staring at Legos for 2 minutes.
You could step on them.
And then you show me other shots of the house.
That's what could happen.
And then eventually you come back to the same
Yeah,
Legos and you just hear a kid piecing Legos together.
Click, click, click.
And for 2 minutes.
In this house.
Some people might like it. It's super, very
Here's the
artsy,
thing.
very
Here's the thing.
experimental.
If you like it, that's fine. I can guarantee the
blow my
second
dick
you
off.
said you saw it, I went, you saw that?
the
Because
body
I know
participants.
you were not gonna like it. I know that was not a movie for me.
It's not for me. It's not for most people.
It is more an
It's-
experience than a movie.
Right.
It's definitely so.
Which, to be fair to the film, is very much telegraphed in the trailer. You
Yes.
chose
Right.
not to
Which
see.
I was
exactly
told
it.
not to go.
I'm just saying.
That's
I saw the
I
trailer
could've from a mile away. I could have been like,
Lindsay
this
and I
is
saw the
for us.
trailer and I went, not for me.
And I love horror films, and like Jackie knows
Yeah.
this. We bonded over horror. I saw that and I went, yes.
What's
Yeah.
it called,
Dude,
by the way?
Don't want
It's
to
called,
diss experimental
Skin
film.
in the Ring?
Skin in the
Skin in the
Ring.
Ring.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
never. Sorry, go for
No, I
it.
was gonna say I understand the concept, or
Yeah.
allegedly like the idea is you're a child and it's like this is the feeling of being afraid as a kid. I'm like,
Yes.
I love surrealism, don't get me wrong, but like just seemed a little too
so
much
the
of that.
synopsis is two kids wake up in their house. Their parents are missing, and all the doors and windows are removed from the house.
So they just watch TV and hope they'll come back.
There's
watch
so,
Exactly.
dude.
Thank
There's
you.
so not only
go
is
back
there
to
so
bed.
many shots of the fucking TV. It's like shot of the wall above the TV for 2 minutes, pans down, TV's off for a minute, TV turns on. That's another 30 seconds of the shot. Close up, the cartoon is playing. Go to other shots of the same kind of bullshit. Comes back in. It's the cartoon, but it replays like 2 seconds of the cartoon for like another solid minute. God damn it. This isn't for me. It's not for me. It's not.
Maybe it meant to do this
Not
to you.
for me.
Maybe.
It's not.
I'm enjoying
but
it.
here's the
Maybe it was
right.
at you.
I
I haven't seen the movie, but I'm really enjoying
here's the
it.
thing.
Ellen.
Like I was like, okay.
You're like mountain monstering right now, but you don't like it.
Right, but I was like, okay, maybe, like, it's not for me. I'm sure, like, I'm not the target audience for this.
Right.
And some
I think that's
people
the
that will
important
love it
thing.
will very much love it. But I think
but watch the
it's
trailer.
unanimously, it's very much like, this is not for most people.
Right.
It's very experimental. It is very unique in what it does and how it approaches horror. But I was sitting there, the movie, like...
You were about to see Puss in Boots, though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what? Maybe that's what it
So
was.
it's a
Your
little-
brain was
right.
so ready for
a little bit of a-
Academy
But I
Award
said-
nominated.
You gotta go try it
Puss in
again.
Boots.
But I sat there,
Go
it was
in
like...
with the intent.
Towards the end
I
of the
think so,
movie
right?
was...
Yeah,
was
pretty sure.
We're towards the end of the movie, and I was like, okay, maybe, like, obviously this movie's not for me. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe, like, everyone's gonna, like, love it. Dude, I have never seen a movie end and the audience be so deflated. Someone was like, that's it? Like, in the
I saw
theater.
Last
And
Airbender
everyone
in
walked
theaters.
away,
It's fine.
and it's just like, no one was talking, not even to, like, their parties or significant others. And everyone just this, like, cloud of deflation. And everyone's just kind of like,
Maybe it was that cerebral though. Everyone's
Did-
just really taking it in
Yeah, they're,
and thinking about it.
introspective.
So you had a question. I want to let you get to that,
Please.
but I want to talk about Jillian from the Red Web team a little bit. But what were you asking about, or you were saying something?
Oh, I was just thinking about like leaving that space and thinking about like you described the films they showed in Clockwork Orange. They would hold people's eyes open and they were just like showing them images and stuff. Did people seem like they were kind of like zombified as they were?
you
looking,
can't
like,
see people. You don't see people.
Oh no, the people watching.
You
the
no,
film.
no, no,
Yeah,
no,
people in the
audience
theater.
members.
People
Yeah.
in the theater.
So I think
Like
I
for
think-
you, did you feel
right.
like your eyes
I think it's a
were-
psychological experiment.
Oh,
You're
I
right.
just saw.
Yeah.
I saw people.
Maybe the film was actually them filming the audience.
Hey,
That film hasn't come out
I saw
yet.
so many people
in this
in
theater.
the audience, like in my, like next to me and in front of me, just kind of go,
What?
dude, just like gesturing of like, that's.
Oh, what am I looking at?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Okay, so I have.
I was just like,
Did a
oh
child
no.
film this?
I have a plan. Okay.
Okay.
There's a short version of a very similar movie made by the same guy. It's on YouTube. I'll go ahead and throw it out there. I don't know if you guys want to go check it out. It's called Heck. I want to see if we can get Jackie to watch it without knowing it's from the same guy.
Don't watch
Help
the
me
trailer,
figure out
just
that.
go in blind.
I've got a YouTube short. It's not a short. It's like a short film.
Yeah.
30 minutes long. I think you're gonna love it. It's a fresh take on horror. take a look, send it to her, see what happens.
Yeah.
5 seconds in, damn it,
You
you!
go, God, is this the same person?
No,
I think she'll
I was
watch
inspired by it.
Oh, Jackie went on a tear.
I saw her Twitter thread, or at least the
It was an
one
amazing
tweet.
thread to see.
But yeah. So Jillian Maloney she's one of our researchers at the task force headquarters for Red Web.
Is that the empty space over there?
It's one of the many empty spaces that you can find.
Full of ideas and dreams.
Just checking.
It's a big place. We build up, tear down, and rebuild up again. And in fact,
constantly
what's
shifting.
happening with our office is very reminiscent of what happens in the headquarters.
Oh, yeah.
We often finish remodeling just to tear things down and put a new thing.
Build a fort.
We usually
Exactly.
build up a department for a day's use and then tear it down.
And tear it down, and usually we don't even use it because it's two of us and about 15,000
It's a
square
lot of
feet.
in theory.
Yeah, it's a lot of theory, but anyway, new departments to come. But Jillian, one of our researchers, shares our love of horror, but she has a broader taste, and she was one of the people we were talking to, and she actually really enjoyed this movie. In fact, she had recommended I go see it. I think she told me not to watch the trailer. She goes, "Trust me, just go
That's
see
how they
it.
take people into the theaters.
Just go see it."
Tricky.
And but she really connected with what you were saying, which is I think the effort behind it is a very experimental movie, but the effort is to and capture many people's greatest fear, which this director, writer, I think what he did was he said he put out a lot of flyers like asking for people's weird dreams, which is reminiscent of the Happy Valley Dream Survey.
Great episode of that. Red Web.
Captured a lot of people's dreams and then took the most common ones and then tried to recreate that experience as this movie. So the movie is you wake up alone in your home,
Right.
Your family's all gone. What do you do? And it just shows that
just
experience. But it is
kind of
feels like
insane to ask that,
Long.
and not that you ask that the movie asks of that, but people telling other people to
you gotta know.
know what you're going into
You do. You
and
kinda
not just
do.
go, hey, check out this movie.
That's not fair.
That's fucked up.
It's not fair to the movie
you know what I
either.
mean? Like,
Right.
like
It's so
unless you
heavily in the
know
experimental
unless you know
sphere.
but unless you know a person specifically who like loves that kind of stuff, like that makes total sense. When I saw that trailer, I saw it. Was
Did
like,
you look it up on
that's
your
weird.
own? Or
No.
how
I
did
saw it in
you hear
theaters.
about
I saw it in theaters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
What were we seeing?
Like I saw a
I think it was
trailer
Puss in
for it.
Boots we were
Oh,
seeing.
really?
We saw a trailer for it.
Yeah, what did you see it in front of?
I have no idea. I don't remember. But
Or the menu maybe.
maybe,
We'll talk about
maybe?
it also.
I don't
That's
remember.
great.
But we saw it in
Fantastic.
Alamo, and I was just like, well, I'm not going to see that movie. And so then I hadn't really thought about it until I saw Jackie talking about it. It made me laugh because I've said this before, where Jackie will like almost unilaterally love any movie we see as we come out of.
Hold on. HC in the chat just said, bro's just describing Home Alone. I'm so mad right now.
You're not wrong.
But you are not wrong.
Yeah.
That is so
But except that you never see anyone.
But Home Alone.
That's Violent
The
Night.
difference
Home Alone saw
is
two.
the difference is the
stared
doors
at
were
the
still
track.
there.
You just stared
Only.
at the house.
The doors are still there.
Just Macaulay
If the
Culkin.
camera sat on the tarantula for the first act. Okay,
filthy
sorry.
animal.
But it was just like it was rare to see Jackie like roast a movie because she loves everything.
She loves a lot of things.
Right.
We
Our
walk
bar
into
is
the
very
theater,
low.
so bar's very low. But then her immediate reaction is to like convince other people they liked it more than they say they did. Like if we see a movie together and Jackie's like, "That was so good," and I'm like, "It was all right." She'll like start convincing me that it was better than all right. And,
Remember?
no, let me explain to you.
She's
why it's
very
better than
positive
Blade.
too. Yes.
So anyway, when I saw that, I was like, man. So I turned to you and I go, oh, Jackie really fucking hated this movie. And you're like, this fucking movie, man. And I go, wait. Did you see it?
Sorry?
Did you see it? And you go, yeah. And I go, oh, man. Because I immediately knew. Like, there's no way you liked it.
But I'd heard people
would
say
never
it was
tell
like
you,
Blair
like-
Witch Project, but that's not. It's nowhere near like Blair Witch,
it's
right?
still not.
No,
it's
not
still.
at all.
It's still not a fair comparison because again, I'll say at its core, not that it's good or bad, but like it's not a regular movie that you just watch. Like even Blair Witch Project.
That wasn't
like,
a regular movie.
Yeah,
but
it
it
was
has like narrative.
My
There's
my
a
point
plot
is,
to
it's like
follow.
you can see like
Yeah,
Blair
I
Witch,
think,
but
yeah.
like from what Alfredo's saying is like this movie is like a series of shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, with things happening. Like it's not a film that has like you're
right.
following these characters through these scenes and
I'm
these
saying.
places.
You
and
know
it's like-
abstract art, and I'm
Right.
not talking about like colorful slashes. There's darker, more grim abstract art. It's like that, but 80 minutes long and it moves.
Right,
Is what
and
I-
if
is
you
my-
know that
It's
and
a
you want to
feeling in
see
the
it,
movie.
Yeah,
great.
then
But
great.
be like, hey, Puss in Boots is, you got no good times? Go see
Yeah.
this instead. What is it? I don't know, but I'll just go see it. You're kind of setting yourself up for a bad
Puss in
time.
Boots also had no plot. It was very hard to follow. I
Oh,
don't know
my
what was
bad.
happening.
Hour and 40.
Really?
No, it's amazing.
You
It's a
said,
great film.
you said
also
80.
He said 80.
You said 80, so it's 100.
Is it?
Really
Yeah,
good.
100 minutes.
Which is?
It's an hour and 40 minutes.
You thought it was
Oh my
80
God.
minutes.
Yeah, no, that makes it way worse.
It's
oh my
an
God.
hour and 40 minutes.
Ah, no. I would've left.
That.
Oh, so I was gonna say,
What we got here?
similar note, this actually has some narrative to it, but this is it is a documentary.
What is this?
But if you want some kind of horror stuff that is more in tune to real life, this is called
bedroom.
The Nightmare, and it's a documentary and just kind of like a retelling about people's experiences with sleep paralysis. I'm like, actually,
Oh, no, I have
Did
sleep
that trailer get you
paralysis.
better than that whole movie?
Yes, actually.
But
yes.
it has a lot of moments like that where they talk about dreamscapes
God.
and how it looks like the stuff you're talking about from Skinamarink, but then it goes back to like the scientific evaluation of like, this is why you think this stuff, this is why you're having these images.
see anything it's gonna read. You see the fucking carpet.
Well, this isn't visually abstract or artsy. It might be like psychologically so. but
Yeah, it's like in the retelling of what people are describing they're seeing in their sleep paralysis states, that is like the visuals, which is
that's
cool.
fascinating.
really
Do you have
cool.
sleep paralysis?
I do. I don't get like what's called the shadow man, which you saw there, which apparently Lewis got and
Good for
Landon.
you. That's
I beat him up.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
Now
mine
he's
was,
the baby man.
mine was
I get sleep paralysis and a
Kick that baby.
happy baby man sits
Kick
on
that
my
baby.
chest and just waves.
He sits on me and farts.
yeah, I had that experience once. I already talked about it, but it was like I woke up as I had sleep paralysis. My eyes were closed, and then I woke up, and there was like a demon shadow figure in front of me, and then I got up, grabbed it, put it against the wall, and I was about to like just start wailing on it, and then it turned to my brother, and it was my brother. And he was like, no, I'm just trying to wake you up, and I was like, oh shit. Jesus.
I haven't had that where someone's trying to like wake me up, but that's cool that I think in your dream state that you got to the point where you're like fighting back, even though your brother was there. Hear me out. Because for a long time, I had to get to the point where I like laughed at something that was like attacking me in a dream state, and usually it'd be like something across the room or like something across my house was like running away. For a while, it was the Ring Girl for me. That was fun. I was like, get out of my house. But Landon told a story too where he used to get a demon that would sleep on his chest, or like you kind of sometimes feel like you're suffocating. So he got to the point where he would start making fun of it and tell jokes about it until it got embarrassed and left. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. So yeah.
It's a good way to do it.
Tactic.
I can't imagine. I've tried to instill sleep paralysis. When we talk about it, I always say this, but like it's one method to elicit lucid dreams, which is being awake while dreaming, and so you can kind of fool around with the dream. And one way to do that is to try to create sleep paralysis. But I'm grateful I never did, because when I hear stories about it, I go, I don't know if I could handle it. Basically, if you don't know what it is, it's when you are asleep and your mind wakes up, but your body doesn't. And so, because what happens is your body actually goes to sleep. You know, if you've ever had the feeling where you feel like you're falling because you're falling asleep and you suddenly jitter awake or something, that's your body, or it's your mind kind of testing your body to see if it's entered its sleep phase, i.e. where it's kind of low mobility. But if your mind wakes up and your body doesn't, you end up kind of being trapped in your body, and your mind is still in this dreamy state. And so when you're trapped, you immediately are put in a state of fear, and so you tend to fill the room, whatever you're seeing, with bad imaginations.
So,
a shadow figure is a very common one.
Yeah,
I
like
think
an
the thing
alien.
that's more terrifying is not even that, is the fact that like you wake up in a state of panic and you cannot move at all from head to toe.
So what do you do?
So I mean, what I do, and I like talked about this with Jackie now, so we have like a system, like, because it happens, I don't know, I usually get it like once a quarter or something like that. I'll wake up, I'll be panicking, I can't move, it's just literally just, I can't even talk, can't move, I'm just like, and so what I try to do is calm myself down, or sometimes if I can't, and it usually lasts for like a good 30 seconds or so, what I try to do is just try and breathe heavily, and Jackie's a light enough sleeper, I can hear it, or I just wake up panicking and just, and I'm just trying to push. It's very difficult to do too. Try and push as much like air in and out of my system
To make noise,
to get Jackie to wake up so she can
Alert
like
her.
shake me. And
You gotta sleep with a whistle in your mouth.
Yeah, a good shake will do it.
Yeah, a good
Titanic
shake will
style,
get me out of it. But I mean, you wake up in a panic, you can't move, you can't speak. It's a little hard to breathe most of the time, if not all the time.
Wow.
And
I'm
it's
sorry,
just
man.
all you have control is it's hard to breathe, and you just looking around.
Yeah.
And so
Well, that pressure is another thing that when people try to initiate this sleep paralysis to lucid dream, what happens is they try to keep their mind awake but let their body fall asleep. And that's one of the sensations, is that pressure on your chest. It gets very hard to breathe. Hence, a lot of people envisioning something. Obviously, your brain wants an answer, so it envisions something on your chest. Hence, that kind of very classic. You see it in like Renaissancean paintings of like a demon sitting. in
There's
a
like the classic
succubus
one
or
of the
whatever.
woman lying like this with the demon I think you're talking about. Yeah, allegedly that's connected. Just curious because I get it like stress induced is usually a lot of what was happening to me. And that would compound with like I'd be laying on my back a lot, and I've heard that if you have sleep paralysis, like lay on your slide. That's helped me a lot too. But I'll stop like for some reason I can't breathe. It's like my neck gets caught, and I like my airflow is stuck, and that's what triggers me and starts it. So you mentioned like you're breathing and you wake up Jackie. I like that you have that system. That's awesome. And for people who live alone, like that's terrifying because you think in the moment you're like I'm gonna die. So Michael, for a little bit, when we first started discussing that and how I'm dealing with this, I got to the point where I'd scream in my head until finally, like, I would just go, and he'd go, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, you're trying to scream as loud as you can.
I'm going,
just that.
Is it like visualize
Yeah,
like 11 in that kind of watery dark void when they're between the upside down and the regular space?
No, they're just in the bed.
Well, I understand.
That too. Mentally.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm in the ocean.
Again, for me, I'm just going,
I'm
shut up,
a
get up.
sleeper.
Quiet.
Really?
And I still get it, yeah.
No, see, that is
I'm
what helped me for
perfectly
sure.
sleeping
Yeah.
over here, woken up by,
Sorry. Sorry.
Yes, can I
have
help
some
you?
empathy.
I
You
toss
just
and
go.
turn,
You
yeah.
just like tug the covers and then go back to
No,
sleep.
I'm horrible. Oh yeah, Michael,
God.
that's enough. Now, if Michael can have his little, bed accidents like the kids, then I can have sleep paralysis. It's okay.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
That's
once.
what'll really
It's
get
okay.
you.
It's
Bed
okay.
wetting.
Bed wetting. Hey, if I'm peeing in the bed, wake me up. You're awake and peeing in the bed.
Wake me up.
Yeah,
Wake me up.
Wake me up.
That's the mutual agreement. If Michael's
Or
peeing in the
just
bed, I wake him
waking
up. If
everyone.
I'm terrified in my
don't.
sleep paralysis state, he wakes me up.
No, that's actually not true at all.
get up.
Usually, because usually I've
job at this.
wet my
Get up.
pants for some reason or other, and then we'll stand up and shout, "I've wet my pants."
It's true,
And
I
so
went,
I'm the one that tells Lindsay. You actually never.
up.
I didn't believe you.
You actually
I wet
never tell
myself.
me. Lindsay, like, what's up? And I go, I've wet my pants. I
need a
He's
clean.
like, what are you talking about? Yeah, okay.
Son of
And I
myself.
go, I've urinated myself.
Goodness.
What a predicament.
Going back slightly, have you achieved
Maximum
lucid dreaming?
urination.
That too. Maximum urination in your lucid dreaming. Have you urinated
That's just
on
called
command?
pissing your pants.
Okay,
Right.
well, yes, it was pissing my pants until one vivid dream where I'm like, God, I gotta pee, and like, it's well, okay. So what happens
That's
is
always the
think-
fucking
rough.
dream.
there was a jump right somewhere. Where as a kid, if you're dreaming, you're like, I really gotta pee.
If you're dreaming and pissing as a kid, you're pissing your
You're
pants.
pissing your pants.
Yeah.
It was
And then
happening.
For some reason, as an adult, your brain,
as a-
you're pissing.
Yes.
You're pissing in your dream as an adult. You wake up screaming, going,
I gotta go. But
Thank you,
you
body.
check, you go
Right.
and then you piss your pants. But oh God, I hate those dreams.
Because you're an adult.
I hate those dreams because they do exist where I go, I really have to pee, and I don't wake up, and so like in the dream I'm peeing, but I'm not getting satisfied by the alleviation.
Right.
And so the dream continues like it's like 5 minutes of peeing, and people keep trying to get in the door and like talk to me, like I'm peeing in here, and then like that suddenly I'll teleport and I'm not peeing anymore, and I'm going into a different dream, and then I'm like, man, I gotta pee again, and so it's just like dream after dream. It's like entering the Matrix, the hall
dream
of
bathroom.
doors. I go into one door and now I'm in this scene, and then I'm peeing in the sink, and then I open this door, I'm in a bathroom, and I go to the bathroom, and then I open this door, I'm on the beach, I'm like, I gotta go swimming, I gotta
Imagine
pee.
that's your
And I'm just
totem.
peeing constantly. It's like a stress stream of needing to pee.
That's how Trevor knows he's
But
dreaming.
you
he's
relieve
pissing.
it by
That's how
pissing
you know.
your pants.
Well,
so
if
for-
only I remembered that old
You know what I
tactic.
mean? Yeah, you're like, how do I unlock it?
It's more like, just wake up, self, then I can help you.
Dude, for me is when I was younger, you'd have the dream that you're on the toilet and you go pee, and then you wake up and you wet yourself. When I got older, it was I had that dream, but I would check. I'd go, this isn't a dream, right? Like I'm real, like okay, I'm good.
That's how you lucid dream.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Doing
This isn't a
reality
dream.
checks.
Like we're good. All right, let's go. And then I pee, wake up, and I go, oh, fucking hell! I lied to myself.
You need
Damn
to get
it.
better about recognizing
you
reality,
gave him
son.
credit too soon.
You could be deep in the Matrix and you'll never
Dude,
know.
there's been
You're such a
You have to
blue pill.
There's been a
unlock
couple times where
yourself.
I'm like,
You're such a
no,
many
blue
women
I'm
in
sure
red
I'm not
dresses
in
are
bed
there?
right now.
Right,
Like I'm actually
right.
no. I'm
There's
not
no way I'm
toilet.
comfy and warm.
Well, you get the woman in the red dress?
I'm here.
I don't think I've ever.
I could arrange it.
I've never peed myself in my sleep, nor have I had a
Yeah,
dream where I'm
right.
peeing, like
Okay.
genuinely, and I'm wondering.
All right.
Just
I bet two
All
kids.
right.
Two kids.
Perfect. Perfect piss pants.
We've
over
all
here.
peed our
Dad, did I pee the bed?
All right.
No, I shit my pants in my sleep this year.
Nice.
I got sick for the first time in my 30s. Jan 1.
Wow.
Damn.
Started the year
Keeping track of
strong. Well, no, I just haven't been sick yet
Oh, okay.
because of quarantine. I've been in my room forever, where the walls are
Bubbled
padded
away,
and the
yes.
corners are rounded and the plugs are blocked.
Welcome outside.
Oh God.
No, I'm fine.
But no, I've already talked about it. It was a wild case of salmonella.
Oh no.
So just some severe food poisoning, and I woke up with wet butt, and I went.
Who gave you raw eggs? Who did that?
No, it wasn't raw eggs.
Oh, okay, nice.
I've done too much with raw eggs.
Turkey?
It was like turkey or ham slices. I think turkey slices, deli meat.
Speaking of eggs, can I give you a small anecdote now that I
Please.
know it's safe to do so? So,
Safe?
hopefully, we'll find out very soon. So we had our extended overnight sleepover stream that you and Michael did, and I made some loaves.
What are you
So-
talking about? You're talking
Hold on.
about
Callisto.
Yeah,
Callisto
Callisto.
protocol, the
Yes.
protocol?
Yeah, the super fun, happy sleepover time extraordinaire.
Just say the
extravaganza.
protocol.
Where no one slept, like
Yeah.
a normal sleepover.
Yeah.
Well, somebody slept. Hey, the audience. I
can't believe you
They
told me
slept on it.
Yes, it's
tricked
true.
them.
So I made some loaves to try and like support the crew. I had like 3 different flavors of bread loaves, and one of them for y'all was vanilla pound cake. So I was cracking open the eggs in there, and I accidentally got like a tiny little shell that fell in, and I lost it in the mix. And I was
Oh, I
like,
ate it.
well,
I ate it whole.
I gotta
I
be
ate the
honest.
bones.
That
With-
was the crunch.
For Trevor and Barbara's delivery, I was like, oh God, I really, really hope that they don't take a bite. And it's just like, like, oh my God, that'd be awful.
You're like
I can't
Kronk,
have
where
that.
you got all the potions mixed up, so you went,
I literally did. I was like, oh, I hope
Some all
here's your loaf.
I was snacking on that.
It was
all
very good.
streaming
Good.
for like the entire week.
Good.
I
I'm
was
glad you
like,
liked it. Thanks. I'd like to make more for sure. I love bacon.
Please.
Yes, please.
It makes me happy to make y'all happy that way.
That was
like, you know.
that's one of my favorite moments because I mean I recently came out of my first sciatic attack of last year. I had 2, and so occasionally I was on pain meds, so it makes you a little sleepy. And so yeah, there was the point in the night where you were going up against the boss, and it was over and over and over again. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna kind of just like lay down and relax here. And then you were playing reading chat, and you're like, oh, is Alfredo asleep? And I'm just sitting there, like the mic is just resting on my chest, and I'm just laying there. I'm like, did you get baited?
He woke up just enough. Like his brain tuned in and went, "Did you get baited?" Barbara does a lot of that. She's like, and she never says anything too compelling.
She's a light sleeper though, and she's somewhat
Well,
awake.
she'll cross over and she'll still be like there's like a hybrid area where she's still dream brain, but she's awake. And so I started writing down some of the things she says. Nothing interesting, but last night we were watching hockey because we've just gotten back into like having. If we don't know what to watch or we're just hanging out in the house or whatever, we'll just put on like sports. And so we were watching some hockey last night and I came to check on her and she had fallen asleep. So like I sat down gently next to her to kind of wake her up. And then as I'm like sitting down gently to go, hey, maybe go to bed. Before I could say anything, she goes, he's evil. She like lurches up, points directly at the TV and goes, he's evil. And I was like, oh. And then she sits back down and like the job done. And I did it. I don't know. I couldn't see in time.
Manager?
I honestly missed it.
Oh, that's you. You're
That's on me.
Sam
That's on
would
me.
never.
I'm the idiot. So
There's gonna be bodies at your feet.
maybe I
told you he was evil.
I told you.
She
But-
warned you.
But I usually play along because I've been there. I'm a sleep talker. Used to be a sleepwalker, and so I'm just like, oh, or sometimes if I don't hear it because it sometimes is quite mumbly, I'll go, oh, what was that? And she'll respond to me, and I'm like, oh, how long can I conversate in this mindset? But she didn't end up falling back asleep because I did want to usher her up to actually sleep in bed. And she was like, and I was like, did you remember what you said? And she goes, yeah. And I was like, do you remember? Because like I always like, it's so fascinating to me because I'm like, one time, I'll tell this story for a quick second. Like, it's the dreaming process is just so deeply fascinating to me because like in high school one time when I was trying to, again, elicit lucid dreaming, I read a lot about dreaming and whatever, like the theorizing of reading your dreams, what it means about your mindset and all of that. And one time I actually watched my mindset fall asleep. I went from definitely being awake, laying in bed, thinking about the day, to being like physically in another world. Like I was in this school bus with my sister and I guess I was helping her go to school or something. And then I realized I was sleeping and I watched my mindset as it went from thinking about whatever, as it then crossed over into this like weird brain think, now I have a visual. And then I watched as I came back up and then I sat up, I was like, that was weird.
That's cool.
That's
So
the
you
only time
control
I've
it
seen that
going in and out.
happen.
Interesting.
But so I'm so fascinated by that. So when Barbara does do something like that, I try to indulge it and also be gentle with her because you're
Right.
sleeping or whatever. But I always ask like, do you remember what you were dreaming about, or like, do you like? I'm trying to like help her cognitively remember that because your brain loses it so
Right.
quickly.
I think it's cool that she can remember because there's so many times with me where Michael will do that with me and I do not remember anything I've said. I barely remember breakfast. But like I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. You'll do that occasionally, and I like every now and then Michael will default to being in the military, which is really funny for me because like it's Michael. Yeah, there's been times where you're like, report in, and I'm like, I don't know if you're talking like
No, it's probably
military or
just
like
talking
video
Ash.
games.
The Sultan's
yeah, like
over.
right there you go.
Yeah, so it's honestly
go.
whatever Lindsay's talking about is me just saying stupid shit to people.
Maybe. I was like,
Not
that's
maybe.
exactly what
not
I'm saying.
maybe. 1,000%.
Yeah.
I'm just telling
I've
you.
listened to this
I'm
man
just telling
talk
you.
to his mother.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, again. I was talking to Denise like last weekend when Trevor was over, and it wasn't even like being rude. It's just like reacting to what she's
It was
saying.
just being asinine, not rude.
in just increasingly ridiculous ways. And then when I had to get off the phone because Trevor's over, instead of saying like, all right, I gotta go, I have somebody over, I went, I gotta go. The Sultan is waiting, and she said nothing.
Okay.
I'm like, I'll see you later. And Trevor's just like,
All right.
what are you talking about?
Yes.
So I'm just saying, I can imagine me dreaming and just being, oh, the Sultan's here. And it's like, I guess you're meaning the Sultan? I was probably hanging out with
love that,
Trevor.
though.
He loved the laugh.
He's like, let me pull these.
I'm just saying,
Psychoanalyze.
You're
yeah,
probably
sorry.
giving me
Way
too much
deep.
credit.
Yeah.
Honestly, yes. There are times where I'll talk to Michael about things and I get really metaphorical and like introspective. He's like, it's pretty simple.
And I
That's it.
beat that.
Oh, you
down.
might like skin him a rink there.
Right.
Wait,
Right. So Lindsay sometimes comes in with a
skin
Lindsay
rink.
comes in with a skinner rink, and I go, let me take a look at that, and then I beat it to death.
No, my art.
Babadook.
Just curious too. You're talking about having a dream journal or something like that with Barbara. Would she be open to recording stuff like that? Obviously, it's a sensitive state. But
yeah.
like that is cool. I think to be able to go, hey, this is what you're
She's
talking
definitely
about.
open to that, but I have talked to her about it before, and I did this for myself for a while, which is using. There's various levels of sleep apps. We did a whole episode on Red Web if you want a spooky story, but I have a sleep app that I've used on and off throughout the past few years.
I
And
have sleep apnea. No, sorry.
well,
Sorry.
sleep app. Nia. So that's one of those things that you can set on the bed, and it tracks the noise it hears, so it kind of assesses if you're restful or if you're moving a lot or if you're not moving enough or whatever.
Here's one I have it on my watch.
I like that. I do like that.
Does all that like on you. Put it on. At
Does it
night.
record sound at all? Well, I guess there's no microphone, but that's one piece that it does, is if it records, if it hears anything, if you say something, it records. Is there really?
too.
Oh, right, because the walkie-talkie.
Yeah,
Walkie-talkie.
Also, it's an
You're right.
Apple
Scary.
product.
So it's,
You think they ain't listening?
there's probably a camera on
What the hell are you
too.
talking about?
yeah.
Of course there is.
Hold on.
They're trying to serve
Mr. Cook?
Agent.
ads
Get the hell
on,
outta here.
They're figuring out what they're gonna
sleep
put on
right
your
now.
chest, when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
What kind of
Big
little monster?
ol'
It's gonna be a little monster. Like, oh, this is gonna be like an advertisement. It's gonna be like Futurama.
Fredo, do you
That'll
and or
happen.
Jackie
By the
talk
little
in your sleep
monster.
too or no?
Do I what?
Do you guys talk in your sleep? And do you talk to each other in your
Jackie
sleep?
says I occasionally mumble, but
Okay, no. Just chilling. Chilling in paralysis with me. Hey, what's up?
too crazy.
Gotcha. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, just more the paralysis.
Dang.
That's fine. It makes it hard to talk when you're in that moment. I understand.
Right.
Yeah, it's very difficult. You're talking about sleepwalking also. What do you?
Don't worry, everyone's gonna get it. In a
Right. Did you get to the point where you're walking around the house? Did you have parameters set up? Because my uncle was a sleepwalker also, and they had like safety systems set up around
Yep.
the family of like, okay, if he goes here, do this. If he goes here, do that.
Are there safety systems like, we just hung a couple of upturned tin cans on a string to rattle us and wake,
you
like,
go.
he's exited the room.
I mean, if
Like
it
a
works,
raccoon.
it works, right?
Hey.
Yeah.
Or do you just attach him to him, and so he's walking around like
no.
a just married car?
Stop.
You should get some kind of tin can system for the monsters.
Yeah.
You own
Something that like is tied
you-
to the ceiling and comes down.
Whistle
so
on a
it,
you can
string.
bite
so
it.
it like just amplifies
squeaky
my,
toy.
my breathing.
Oh well, yeah. Or something that's like a string you could bite. And like
wish.
jingle a little.
It's a
can't
string
even
that goes
bite.
up to a
Can't
pulley
bite.
that comes down to her
dude.
ear.
I can't do anything but
Okay,
barely
here we go.
breathe and
you
move
can,
my eyes.
You can look. All right, suction cup dart on your eye.
Yes.
Yeah, we do need like eyeball
Left, right,
control.
left, right.
Hold on. If you can blow, though, we can create a Rube Goldberg-like system. So you blow a house of card over, and it kicks over this whole system.
Or
and then it goes around,
you-
and then it leads to a slap hand that just smacks Jackie. in the
I want that. I want that.
Could you set up like an eye tracker to connect to like a light? where if like you look somewhere, a light turns on,
What was the video game article we saw recently?
and
Someone
then you
played
get
with their
slapped
brain.
in the
I want
nuts.
that.
Just to really make sure
Yeah,
you
just
wake
to
up.
really get me up. I mean, look, if it works.
Yeah, there's I don't remember her name, but somebody linked
caffeine.
in our
Better that than beer. I'll take it.
linked in one of our Slack channels, just our DM channels, an article where someone's going to play Elden Ring with nothing but a brain reading device that I don't know enough
Is it
about
like
it.
a neurological transmitter?
I think it
watch
reads
sci-fi
signals,
movies. Okay.
and that's about it. Because I clicked on it and I checked out her Instagram page where she's played a couple of different things, and like scary games where you can run and move and stuff. I don't know exactly how the tech works, but it's fascinating.
Right. Like the cynic in me wants to believe there's someone offset like playing
Right,
for her.
there's
or something.
someone
right,
just under the camera with a controller.
Right.
Right.
But that is cool if that is what's happening. Like imagine the kind of future of gaming,
I'm
let
sure
alone like mobility for
Yeah,
people. That's
absolutely.
incredible.
The accessibility becomes way broader for sure.
What's nice is we live in a time where most of that stuff, while not practical, or there's so many things that's like so specifically designed by one person because it's like they just poured everything into it, right? Because it's like their hobby or their whatever, their degree or whatever they have, but it's like it's not replicatable. It's not like a thing you can just sell a patent for and get. More and more of those like are real. Like that's we live in a time where it's like that's a real thing.
Yep.
That's not to say you're gonna wake up tomorrow and find it on the shelves.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like I think a lot of things, for the most part, like we've moved beyond there's someone off screen doing it. You know what I mean? Which is
Yeah.
kind of cool. It's more that
You can actually believe it.
That version is more now. Oh my God! It's like, well, it costs $400 trillion. It's like, oh, okay, so that's the off-screen person, and like you're
Right.
doing it. It's just not practical, but like it's still very cool. And it's like just awesome to see new stuff like that. Be like,
Really
I can't
is.
believe this is like a computer.
When I was looking at like interesting VR stuff for us to shoot, there's a company that has a demo and a device, and it's a VR demo, and it's a device that attaches to the back of your head and like kind of reads like neural patterns
Screws
stuff
in?
like that.
For your optical,
You know, maybe just like one long
occipital
screw.
lobe.
Okay.
But
Maybe with the
but
Matrix.
the whole thing is it reads them.
Next to my
The
barcode.
neural nerves and all that kind of stuff. But the game is just like you're being approached by aliens, and you just have to try and focus on the alien. And when you focus on it, their heads will explode.
Oh.
So you're like one of the characters from The Boys, the brain
Yeah.
popper,
The head explodes.
where they
And I was like,
look at
"This
you
is
and go,
cool." I was like, it's a little pricey. That's why we never like fully approached
Sure.
it. But I was like, it's a demo.
You train it to read. I don't know if it's like, so you can have generalized readings from brain to brain because our brains are relatively similar anatomically, but otherwise a lot of these systems are tuned to the individual because like the way you react to things, like when you think up, I don't know if we all light up the same part of our brain.
I do.
Oh, you light up my brain?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
No,
you do.
just my own same parts.
Oh.
I have a
Everything
nice
lights
part
up
that I
to one
use, and then I have a bunch of parts of my brain. I go, I'm not using that.
Michael's brain is like a beacon. It
And
just
I'm,
goes,
yeah, and I don't
he has
mean
thoughts.
All on or all off?
well. No,
I'll let
you know,
him
there's
answer
the part of the brain you don't use or whatever.
Sure.
You know, the
That's not true, but
the-
I
yeah.
get what
No,
you're
it's
saying.
true. It's
the
true.
limbic
I live that for real.
My prefrontal cortex
like-
is what I don't use.
I used about
Intentionally shut these things down. You're like, I don't want
just
that right
just for it's like when you're closing things you don't need while your computer's running. You know, you just start force
I'm on
quitting
sleep mode.
core processes.
Like
The
apps on your
computer will still run.
phone. You keep them closed or do you just let them
Oh,
fall?
I-
Trevor, one moment. I
that
should
shit
clear
closed.
mine.
Oh, I close them as soon as
1,
like
2, 3, 4, 5. We're good.
That's not
Okay.
bad. That's not bad. Barbara will be like, it's time to do my monthly purge.
I'm bad about that. Yep.
I'm like, oh, hey, to each their own.
I'm with her.
She's like, well, I want to have it there if it's, I need to access it. And I'm like, well,
And then when you go there, you go, okay, which one is it?
Yep.
That one.
I just do the thing where I just drag down on the home screen and search for the app. I'm not going to do
I just do the thing where I
organized
have
thing.
the apps that I use in front of me.
I minimize what's in front of me.
I store everything
My
in
front
nice little
pages-
neat folders, and then I just go, boop, that one.
My front pages, I took out a row or two. I just said, F it. It's consolidated, and then if I want to search for stuff, I'll do that. I want as few things in front of my face when I open my phone as possible.
Right, I have 0 on my front page. I have all my shit on my second and third page.
I used to do
Oh.
that.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm just not
You just
patient
move everything to page 2, and then
Right.
page 1 is always empty.
What I do is
I too
create
hate seeing shit. I open it and then I swipe.
And it ruins your background.
If it's not the first 2 pages, then I search.
Can you insert a page? Like when you plug your phone into your computer, it might be easier to do, but can I move? Like 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, blah, 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 blah. Or do I have to do the tedious thing where I move 1 app at a time?
I
'Cause
think
that's
you
what I
do
don't
one
want.
app.
Kind of,
time.
but
do.
what you can do is you can move like starting where you don't give a shit to the back. Like how many pages of shit
Oh
do you
God,
have?
yeah. Well, I don't know how many. I haven't counted, but yeah. I
Basically,
either throw it to the back or delete.
you'd only have to like basically say the first page is the shit you want.
Sure.
Throw the second page to the back.
Yep.
Then move the first page to the second.
'Cause
Then
after-
you don't have to do all the shit in
Right.
between.
Because
Because that's
after-
all crap.
after
I don't give a
page
fuck
one,
about
I'm
that.
searching.
Oh, I download apps all the time because I need them for 3 seconds. You know, I don't use them one time ever, and I don't care. I don't go back and fucking delete them. But they're dead to me. If it's beyond the second page of my phone, it's all dead to me.
Yeah.
Jen's Void has 42 apps open.
That's
Jesus.
insanity.
That's wild. I think, you know what, there's a personality test here.
No apps on the first
Let's
page.
go ahead and open up.
What do you mean why? You just said why. Why do you want to
better
open
than
your
that.
phone and see a bunch of shit?
I
What's the
had-
point of having a
I
background?
had 4 apps literally because
cover
my
with a
last
bunch of
meeting
shit?
required 4
Makes no
apps.
sense.
I have one.
Look at my background.
Hey, I like
Beautiful.
that.
Oh,
That's
page
a family
2,
right
all my
there.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I have half a
family's
page
there.
when I open up.
Just
It's
saying.
like it's the social stuff, but
It's
what
nice
was-
because you go from the
working.
home page, which is a picture,
That's
and then
clean.
you
That's
swipe
neat.
up and it's another
Mine,
picture.
See, I'm
unsurprisingly.
so I'm really the.
chaos.
Careful where you're showing your phone.
I got like Animal Crossing app. Like, what is this? I don't know what this is. I'm just,
I do like the pastel nature.
Don't want
of a
people
lot
to
of
know
these
today's
apps,
January.
icons.
thanks, my little witchiness.
26.
I'm the reverse of that. I don't want a
Thursday.
second page. I'm like, don't want a second page.
I mean, I don't want it,
want
Alfredo,
one
but
page.
I'm
Minimal.
a parent, okay?
Minimal.
It's not about what I want.
Do you have pages
I
and
need
pages?
a
Like,
second
do you
page.
have folders and folders?
folders.
You don't need dominance
Just a
as
bunch
a
of
parent.
folders.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
I
everything
mean,
No. I think that's
Here's
great
the thing.
too.
I mean,
I just don't like tapping and searching. Like I just drag down.
that's
So like
fine.
drag down, type in like 2 letters, or it's a common thing that I use because I don't use them all. They're all up there.
I just
They're
delete the ones I
accessible.
don't use. I organize them in there, and the ones I use all the time are outside, and then I
smart.
know where everything is. So I
It's-
just go
it's-
tap tap.
You just got to trim it. You got to stay on top of it. But you can't
Yeah.
escape constantly downloading like an app you need for 3 seconds.
Well, going back to Barbara
connect
having
to
all those apps
something or
open.
verify something.
We have shopping apps too. I do like independent, like
call 'em
third-party
shops.
apps. The shops.
Oh.
So I literally have the shop
What's your
app.
favorite shop?
The shop app. It's great. The shop ship shap is ship shape. It's great. Just saying. I have that like Honey, which we talk about all the time. I use that. Then I have like all like every single store you could think of that I've shopped at or talked about.
you've
I
got,
have
like,
their app.
Well, they have
Yes.
like reward systems, and that's a good way to like.
Or they alert me through the app. Some of them they're like, we won't tell you about sales and stuff unless you get our app. I'm like, oh, fine, okay, like whatever.
That's the modern coupon clipping.
Bastards. Yeah.
And I remember Mom would sit down and pull out the newspaper that would come, just kind of search through those. She had like a little houndstooth black and white pouch that all the coupons went into.
Shout out to the hounds. Too.
Absolutely. She loves a good houndstooth.
It was always
Good on you,
plastic.
Mama Collins.
It was kind of like a vinyl-y.
I mean, like on the
material.
inside usually. There was kind of like the separate, because was there sorters in there? Or
No,
Was
it was just a big open pouch.
Oh.
Yeah,
Coup pouch.
coup pouch.
Denise got in
Sorters,
the
that's
game.
fancy.
Oh, like she was like categorizing by store or product or.
By like aisle. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, I mean, because she would run her route.
Oh well.
Awesome.
She would always run her route, so it would just be like, oh, I'm gonna go for this, and then it's because if you're gonna coupon load, if you're gonna carbo load on coupon, have your shit together when you get up there.
Oh yeah.
Don't be having coupons that for stuff you don't have in your cart, and don't be fucking having stuff with no coupon.
Don't be having.
While you're just like, wait, there's a coupon in here somewhere. Hang on.
Right.
Have it ready.
And then you write
right?
a check at the end. When I came here, the first thing I did when I moved to Austin was walk to the nearby HEB and ask them, because like back home, if you're in the Midwest, there's Kroger and there's Marsh, and man, I haven't seen Marsh in a while, but you get like a little thing that's like rewards credit. So when you scan out, they go, do you have a rewards with us? And you scan that and it takes off all those good deals. I'm so grateful that HEB's like, no. All that's just passively happening. Like, you don't have to worry about that. Maybe I'm not actually saving in either direction, but they're like, no, you don't have to sign up for anything. It's just, we put our deals out there. I was like, oh, hey. And then sometimes, you grab those little paper
That's helpful, yeah.
coupons.
As a
'Cause,
kid,
like-
did you like running by and just pulling those? Yeah.
I thought they were interesting, but my parents taught me, no, stop. Okay, you're wasting.
No, I did have a few.
You're wasting,
my
and
parents
we
weren't
don't
looking.
want that product.
How about
They
the
were
tickets
looking.
from the deli?
Oh, I would make sure that they had big gaps between
little
their
triangles.
yes.
Nice.
42. And you're like,
Yeah.
I have 15
Give me
numbers.
food poisoning. I want it.
What were your opinions on the small green twist ties?
Oh.
Stealing a bunch of those?
Pull
Just
one.
fucking
No,
it?
No, but I thought, yeah,
No,
you play
okay.
with one. You got,
Play with one.
A
What'd
handful.
you do with
what?
these things?
They're-
And how did you turn them into weapons against your sister?
Untwisted them.
They'll never find my stash.
When they were missing,
All the breads were
vegetable mist would come up, and you just kind of go, ooh.
That's fun. When the veggies taking a shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at that.
Classy.
And stick my hand in, woo, woo. Get a little mist on my hand. I'm like, what?
Kids love little mist.
Yeah.
Kids love mist.
Yeah, adults
theme
love
park.
Adults love mist.
He's gonna get a little misted tomorrow when he
Good
pee-pees his
man.
pants.
You're gonna get a little misty.
Put me in the diaper.
Dude,
I have some.
we can type you up
Yeah,
if you want.
extra.
That's true.
I won't.
You can depend
anyone
on
can
it.
dive you
tomorrow
up,
at
they
10
can-
a.m. already.
Hey, all
I
right.
know, dude. I'm gonna.
I just want to see you play this
10
game.
a.m. CT
I'm excited.
Central Time.
I'm excited to play. I'm gonna get some rest tonight. I'm
Dude.
just gonna chill.
Listen to this co-op stream happening after this. Ashley and Cameron.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
At
But-
Jaren's
At
house.
Jaren's house.
Yeah, so it's
That's awesome.
tryout.
They're playing Unravel 2.
yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, that
Huh.
game's fun.
That's
Unravel is
awesome.
fun. It's a very it's a chill game, but it still has some excitement behind it. So I
Yeah.
think they'll enjoy it for
Barbara and I
this
have been
Thursday
playing
afternoon.
through co-op games.
We have been getting that room ready. Did you pop in there today and see it?
No, I didn't.
Dead Space room?
I was told we got massive TVs.
Big old TV.
Big TVs.
Big
For
TV?
Not only gameplay,
Huh?
but to read your comments in
Oh,
the chat.
Fredo, it's one of those like giant like broadcast TVs on those stands. Bigger than that. It's like 60 inches and it's sideways, like Twitch
Gnarly.
chat style.
That's awesome.
It's so stupid. It's,
Oh, is that?
it's fucking huge.
Well, normally those
All
are put
the
together.
comments.
That was on Chump. Chump had those because they were backgrounds for each of the people.
Oh.
I don't know if that's where they started.
I don't know, but they're over there now because Alfredo said TV too small.
I did.
His eyes got old. Sorry, man.
Yeah, I mean, they are. You know.
Have you got LASIK? I got LASIK a while back.
These my eyeballs.
Those are your eyeballs. Those are your
I saw it there
pupils.
blinking. Yeah.
Have you like you have some fresh eyes, but have you guys felt like over quarantine your eyes got worse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Staring at screens, phones, like
Yes.
not looking at a distance for a while.
Oh yeah.
I think we've talked about that personally, and I mentioned this is like, I don't know what the effect is called. When you look at a light in real time and you see the haze, yes, woo, one of those. But I didn't used to have that, and like right now looking at this, I see the ring halo around the light, and people
a
tell me
ring?
like that's not good.
I see a cloud around it, but that
Yeah, like heavy cloud.
ish heavy
Yeah.
cloud. Mm-hmm. Have you had LASIK?
I haven't, no, and I used to have really good eyesight.
That's a bag.
Yeah, sorry, not the filter. We're looking at a light with a filter on it. I'm aware of the filter.
That's
Mike.
there, Lou. That's a
Sorry.
Hold on, I'm
physical
gonna
light.
call off one of these cameras and to show everybody what they're talking about.
Damn it. But even like walking around the hallways and stuff, I'll see like a little bit more of a haze than I guess I'm supposed to, but I don't know. I used to have pretty good vision.
Is it an issue at night? Like when you're driving and the headlights are coming?
Yes.
Does it feel like you've got the
yes.
the
There's sometimes where I'm
The
like,
what is it
light's
called?
like
Dilated?
and the light is like shining on like signs.
yeah, it's pretty intense.
Like I can't read it as far as I used to. Like I could definitely like I'm like okay I that's west I can tell it, but like in terms of like the specific street, like I can still see it from a far distance. But I used to be like I'm super far away. I know I could read that from like so far.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like now it's just far.
Do you get sensitive like going outside too? I know like we used to do model shots and stuff outdoors. Nice. And it'd be fine
There's
to
the
adjust for
monitors,
the
by the way.
sunlight, but
That's
now,
me.
Post quarantine.
That's my face.
I just go, "Ugh." That's not too bad. I can read those. That's in dark mode also, so that'll save your eyes. That's fine.
Look at how much access to chat we have.
Oh,
Too much. actually.
chat.
Yes. But we've got you chat for
chat, they're
probably
coming for you.
Under just under 10 hours.
12 hours.
Yo, I'll tell you
Well,
this.
under.
No death speed run.
We were sorting out the food situation with Cameron.
Oh yeah.
You don't eat.
Well, there's some noshing going on.
Well, we got
We're talking about a breakfast, lunch, dinner
I'm talking to
situation.
Cameron.
Yeah. We're not talking about like snacking the whole way through. We're talking about just having a feast.
Feast, yeah, because they're gonna be feasting on your body.
Well, are you guys interested in falling down? Maybe taking a tumble?
Oh.
Maybe
Is it gonna be?
22
I
tumbles.
I don't know if this man should be getting any spicy
Yeah, can we?
chicken.
What are you talking about? It will like the
There's
human-
there's the little chick. Okay, there's
human
the
torch.
He's gonna be like
There's
he's
the
already
flame
gonna
on.
be dripping.
well, there's
You're
the
talking
there's the
about-
wimpy. Like you don't have to get the heat.
Look.
We want hefty.
Look. So for the protocol stream,
Protocol.
Trevor was like, we should get tumble, spicy chicken, and it was delicious. Now Trevor's pitching it again.
Now hold on, I have another
Then
option here too.
Let me tell you, I'm so on board. I'm probably a part of the ship at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a yes.
Here's another one.
Bootstrap Bill.
I heard from Jeff. He was saying
Okay.
he got wings from a place recently. I won't name drop him just yet because I haven't had them myself. But he's saying,
Right, just don't watch the trailer for it.
It puts Tumble to shame, is what he's
What?
saying. Yeah, and this man is the one who helped turn me on to Tumble, Wes included. But he's saying that I'll tell you about this wings place. I'll
Open the floor.
like a little peek.
Oh yeah. BB Dubs.
It's actually
We talking
Taco
about
Bell.
BB Dubs?
Taco Bell wings.
Talk about
Taco Bell
wings.
wings. No.
Wang that. Bong.
Here's the thing. We have, and this was introduced
Think
to
outside the
this was
chicken.
introduced to me by
That's
Michael.
what-
We have our go-to steak place.
Uh-huh.
Do we think there's one better that we're missing out on?
Maybe, dude.
I mean, I'm down to
we've
look
looked.
around, and I've
got a good
I've
default,
opened
though.
myself.
We've tried.
Okay, I've tried all the ones in the area, so no one's coming at me telling me this place is better
Yeah.
because I'm down to try.
I want to see your
right,
your
right.
personal ranking.
I'd have to go through them again.
Yeah.
Well,
a good idea.
the place that I thought
We're
would
down for a
rival would
refresh.
be Perry's,
Had them all.
which is good.
It's good.
Eddie V's was
Eddie V's is pretty good.
one of my
Harry's is
go-tos.
good. I just
Eddie V's is
don't, I
good
just
too. It's
don't
just
think they're
not-
Vinny's.
No, yeah, for sure. I think Vinny's just really like their focus is truly steak, and
just
then
know what they're
and then Eddie
Yeah, they-
V's is like
yeah,
it's-
they
They know what they're doing.
they get some
except
seafood in
sometimes-
there. What's up?
Just one time with bread.
That one time where we got
we don't
cold
talk about the
And
bread.
then cold bread.
Cold
again.
bread.
Send it back,
Bread
got cold bread
9
again.
times.
They mixed you guys up at the
It's a
table
bad
that really
bread.
wanted.
Well, no, it was
Yeah, they
Barbara.
Barbara wanted cold bread.
No, Barbara didn't want
weird.
cold bread. She kept getting cold bread.
Right.
Damn.
I remember that.
Damn.
And Alfredo going, "This never happened.
Stop, stop,
This
stop.
never happened. I swear to God. this
Embarrassing
never
us.
happened."
Oh, was that?
And I'm in the kitchen going, "What the fuck are you guys doing in here? This is cold bread 3 times? Jesus Christ."
Well, Trevor's right about
Falling
Eddie's, though.
apart.
We
What
don't like
happened?
seafood usually because Mike's
Yep.
not a seafood fan. I like
sure.
to go there a lot for the seafood aspect. Can we just like veto that? Can we find a place that's great for
Eddie
seafood?
veto?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I mean, Jackie likes
Dude.
seafood too, right?
What was that?
Jackie likes seafood too.
Oh, she loves
we
seafood.
bonded over the
Loves
lobster rolls.
seafood.
So then why did you
Why
ask
just
if she
go
likes
together?
seafood?
I wanted to make sure it was
Because
what we're talking about.
it's introducing it to the
Yeah,
audience as a
Thank you.
fact.
Hey, did you know?
That's not what happened at all.
No.
I think you
I don't wanna
asked
speak
because
for
you didn't
Jackie.
know,
I didn't,
and
and I
then
forgot.
when
I
oh yeah, we love
knew
lobster.
that.
Ah,
Yeah.
You like
I
seafood?
tricked.
We love
I
lobster
tricked
rolls,
you.
don't
like,
we?
yes. Yes. Good job, brain. You remembered.
There's this place that
What is it?
Joe introduced us to. It's called Soju. It's a really cool place. They play a bunch of like K-pop stuff. But like you go, like we went there for RTX. We took like Lexi and Fuya and all that kind of stuff. We went and just really good Korean food. But also like they have like really big, large family style dishes. Like Fuya ordered this dish where it's kind of like they have a little burner underneath and it's this large giant pan with a bunch of like chicken nugget, like fried nuggets, and they just threw cheese all over it, and it's just like the melted cheese, and you just pick at it, eat it, and I'm like, oh, that's a good place.
Sounds really good. Oh my
Good
god.
place. Oh, we went there.
Yeah.
That wasn't Fuya. That was Michael. What the hell?
Gotcha.
I'm out of frame.
Yeah.
Nailed him. Got him. That's Cameron
I
right
want
there.
ramen.
Different Cameron.
I like
That's
some
K-
ramen too.
That's
Yeah.
K-Cam.
Tatsui? Michi?
I mean, I don't know.
Any-
I went to Ramen
Remember-
Tatsuya for the first time since, honestly,
There are tons
we
of ramen
went
places.
ages ago. That place rocks. I hadn't been back there in that
They're up
long.
there. Those are my two.
Remember
They're pretty good.
Michi.
There are a couple new ones
Michi,
downtown. too,
Michi
the
became
other
one
day.
of my faves.
Yeah, my
but-
favorite spot.
Stop it.
What's up?
I took him to my favorite spot.
Oh, what's your favorite spot, Michael?
Dojo,
to his
ramen.
to his favorite
Please,
spot.
Please,
in the
I'm
Bay
asking
Area.
Yeah,
Dude, me
I'm
and
asking
Tim used to
Michael's
go there all the
favorite.
time.
Come on.
When we was growing up,
Got his favorite eggs.
Yeah, when we were growing up.
When
running
the
around
two of you were
home.
just running around, causing messes.
It's just funny. Yeah, this guy, Tim Geddes and I. Tim from Kind of Funny. We grew up together, knew each other since the 9th grade, and when we get together, it's like, yeah, we've known each other for so long. And then now Michael likes to go, and me too. I was there.
I just like saying shout out to the Bay Area.
Was was that the place where, or was it New York, where you sent me a photo? Because you guys were all on a trip together, so I imagine it was the Dead Space trip, where you sent a photo of you on a TMNT bench.
No, that was
New York.
New
No.
York.
Was that New
we were
York?
doing
That
off
was
topic.
off topic.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
it was some like shared big
Yeah,
trip.
that was after
And you were like-
Alfredo and I were day drinking all day
Yeah.
of our hotel.
So the day
I'm
of
gonna
the
find
show, we obviously we have rehearsals.
Yep.
And so Michael and I are just clearing, and we.
The hotel had a straight up
It's
like
just
bar
like
in
bar.
the room.
I'm talking
The
about, like,
most
mixers,
the
everything,
best one I've ever
cocktails.
seen in my life.
And-
Unbelievable, like a full fashion.
This
bar.
might have been SF.
Probably.
This one, I don't know.
Oh,
It's
I like
that's
this.
just.
So we cleared out
Oh,
your
here
bar.
it is.
And the previous night, and then we. Yeah.
Am I wearing the same shirt?
No.
No.
It's tie-dye.
We're wearing the tie-dye one.
Yeah.
You got your rocket pop on today.
Okay, so it started.
They're close.
Here,
They're
I'll-
close.
I'll wait.
Rocket Pop and tie dye are close.
It was like
There you
it
go.
was like you were caught, and you were like, well, I don't want to, Yeah, you
was tired.
But you're like, I don't want to just be like caught on the bench. I want to be. I want to be happy. I want to make sure I took the photo. Look, I took the photo. He says.
Yeah.
You were saying, Fredo. Bring it back.
I was saying.
They like pizza.
I just shoot on that
So
end.
obviously we landed the night before, and then I was like, yo, it was the evening, late night. It was, yo, Michael, what you doing? He's like, just send me a picture. He's got a drink going on. He's also got his games. I think you were Steam decking.
I was Steam. No, I didn't have it yet. I was just PCing.
Oh yeah. You had the PC.
I had the
and
PC.
you were playing Souls.
Or the laptop. But yeah.
And I was like, he was like, yo, want to chill? I'm like, fuck yeah. So I went over. We just ran through his bar. And then the next day we're like, what do we want to do? And we're like, we want to do it again. And so we just ran through my bar. And then it was like, okay,
We can't go back to his bar. They remember us there.
Daydreaming.
Oh, no, it
we
was
cleared
just
it out.
gone.
It was gone.
Oh,
empty.
You emptied it? Oh,
a lot of the
mini
good
bars.
stuff.
I thought you
yeah,
went
yeah.
to.
No, but the mini bar, it was the greatest mini bar I'd ever seen.
Yeah, it was like stocked.
Okay.
Well, I say I ran it out. There was like 2 bottles of liquor that we
Right.
wanted. We drank all of that. We didn't.
But
they
we
like
went
the-
through
the-
like
the-
Yeah.
a couple bottles. But then the next day we're like, let's do it again. And then we're like, oh shit, we got rehearsals in a bit. So like we'll meet in the lobby in like 30 minutes. Like, all right, cool. And then Michael and I this is us, like the venue is like 3 blocks down. And this is Michael and I just going to the venue. All right, man, we gotta do this thing. Got this, off topic. Let's go.
It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
4 in the afternoon, and we're just like,
someone's dad.
I'm like,
and we're like diagonal.
I'm like,
no.
Michael, this is bad. Michael, this is. And he's like, Michael's like, this is fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Dude, rehearse this. We're professionals. We know how to do this show. I got my hat stolen at that show.
You did?
Which hat?
The AH08 hat.
They know what hat.
I know exactly what
Who
hat.
was it?
I know who it was.
If you stole his hat, leave a comment in the chat right now.
And don't lie.
Hat chat.
Or else
Yeah, we'll find you.
I'll steal it back.
Well, I threw in my hat, I think, at some point.
If you, so you didn't lose it. You gave it up.
Well, I gave it up. Then I may have signed
If you
it
love it,
and
let it
gave it
go.
away. And then since then, the person has said, like, hey, I got your hat. And I just accused them of theft.
I like that. I
I
like
just
that.
keep saying.
Especially if you signed it. Like, I want it back.
Oh, it's Brooke, by the way. Brooke, you stole my fucking hat. And so every time she comes out, I go, oh, the hat thief is here. It was just a really fun, genuine thing, like meeting a person and you're like, oh, hey,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And then afterwards, I went, well, now it's time. Now you're hammered.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to hammer you for taking my hat
That's a really nice
that I
gesture.
gave you.
And yeah, you turn it on.
How dare you?
Turn it on.
And don't you
You
forget it.
had the please do not lie.
I need another one of those
Where's your
hats
hat?
though. That was I only had one of those. Let me tell you, especially in the pandemic, like in quarantine, this got bad. We were getting all the stuff sent to our house, and Lindsay and I would get 2. So I'm like, oh fuck, I need another one of those hats though. Like before it just disappears from like the store.
Was it one of the
whatever.
RT ones? Or
No, it was
a
like it was
different,
the
like-
Achievement Hunter
Anniversary,
AH08.
right? Yeah.
It was like the brightly
Oh yeah, you
colored.
said that. You said that. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, whatever, I gotta get another one. Meanwhile, the Get Good hat, which I've been cleaning up a lot, like at my house and organizing and shit like that. I have 4 of those fucking hats.
Is that the orange one?
Fucking 4, yeah, with the muscle. Yeah, I was like, time to get rid of maybe 2 of these.
Can we
those
discuss
out
the
next
hat
time.
you're currently wearing?
What's
Or
up?
Are we allowed to
Oh,
discuss?
Oh yes,
this
we
hat?
can.
Are we allowed to discuss it? It's
Michael,
kind of
I
too late. We're
can't.
2 minutes past the deadline here.
I'm not
episode
able.
already
We're over.
ended.
I don't
Look
have
at this
clearance.
vein in my neck, Alfredo. You see it bulging? Or am I just toned?
He's gonna pass out. Give
Stop.
that. Whoever's out there.
Fredo is
give
creating a
that.
monster.
Oh, they're getting your hat, not your face.
monster.
That's fine.
Get rid of the hat
You know what
and
he's
the
getting? He's about to get some gym pics again. It's back on, Alfredo.
Oh fuck! I forgot about.
We took a break.
Hey, well,
And
you gotta-
we're
hold on.
back.
I
You
will,
got a gym
I will
video
tell the
today.
story of the
very
fucking
excited.
bullshit video Michael sent me today.
Quick, because we gotta
No,
go.
it's out during the post show.
Oh, good grab him.
Good call.
Good grab.
Because we don't want to
Grab him
intrude
in.
too much on
No.
Jaren's time. He is at
Last
his house.
minute promo.
Go ahead, do it.
Ruby Volume 9.
Yes.
Oh, the trailer's out. Oh,
Check it out. I wore this for that reason.
You
Please.
waited 92 minutes for that?
I mean, there was a lot to talk about, Michael. I'm making
wasn't.
additional
There was
supportive posts too.
nothing to
I'm just
talk
saying.
about.
Please
Anyway.
go watch it. Check out our posts too,
Yup.
and look very closely at the posts the voice actors made. You might see some secrets. That's all I'll say.
Secrets? Also, check out Ashley and Cameron playing Unravel 2 at Jaren's house. Happening now. We'll see you tomorrow for Dead Space. We'll see you tomorrow for Dead Space. You can't escape. And Alfredo can't either.
There he goes. Get him.
He's running to go log in.
You put the lens cap on. It's
He rushed to do that, and
he left a
that
wave of
was-
dust.
Professional. Oh, he did.
He
Like
does.
the inside of my car. My car is dusty on the inside.
Did you?
Have you been inside his car? Have you been inside his car? Whoa!
Oh,
there's
careful.
a cable.
Hey, wait, hey,
Hey, somebody tape this cable down. Hang on.
Hold on.
Hang on. Hang
Where's
on.
the yellow tape?
Hang on.
Where's the
Yeah, they're
green?
dusting
Is
again,
now
and
it's
yes, there are
invisible.
props.
Now I can't see it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's
that would have been the end of me.
That's gonna be good.
Oh, you had a hole in your shirt.
What?
You had more holes. Oh, a backbite. Anyway, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you.